find another place. But Swiss time was running out. It seemed that we would lose the race. See deep purple life. Get tickets as low as 32 less. You might also like the alchemy, Taylor Swift. But Daddy, I love him, Taylor Swift. Think of it, KSI. Smoke on the water and fire in the sky. Smoke on the water. We ended up at the Grand Hotel. It was empty, cold and bare, but with the rolling truck stones thing just outside, making our music there. With a few red lights, a few old beds, we made a place to sweat. No matter what we get out of this, I know we'll never forget. Smoke on the water and fire in the sky. Smoke on the water. You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire, yeah. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire, yeah. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire, yeah. You know that it would be untrue. to set the night on fire.
This is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Krafton, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/XboxEra, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month. Hello, friends, and welcome once again to episode 272 of the Xbox Era podcast. I'm John, and we're here to discuss the latest in gaming from across the industry, but overall we're focused on your favourite platform, Xbox. We're obviously fiercely independent, and we love it that way, but we're mostly only able to do that because of everybody watching right now. Our wonderful YouTube members, our Patreon community, so big shout outs to everybody, but especially our MVPs, our executive producers, and our amazing grand benefactors, Krafton, Assassin, and Kevin S, and of course our wonderful CEO, Torn Raptor. I'm joined, as per usual, by Special Nick.
What's going on?
He's back from holiday, supercharged,
Yes.
He's ready to rock and roll.
I'm back at work tomorrow. Fuck.
And Jesse's here as well, and he's just been hammering through work for like ever.
Boy, still just thinking about how it went. Man, that sucked. To have lost 25 hours of a save because, without saying anything about the game or anything around it, some studios make it so your specific hardware has to be given the okay to be able to download a game. Which will turn off cloud saves. So, if something weird happens and your save gets corrupted locally and there's no backup on Xbox because the backup is cloud, well, the save's just gone, and that happened to me while I was reviewing something. But I soldiered on and ended up almost more than doubling my total time played by the time that's done now. Moving on. Gonna be doing, God, they haven't said it. Like, some are so weird, you can't say what you're working on. You've got Grounded 2.
I have got Grounded 2.
You and I are going to be tag teaming that, most likely, with you in the lead. And then I'm going to do Killing Floor 3, because I did play a fair amount of 2, and you can help me with that. So we're gonna be tag teaming some bitches. And then I'll be doing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It's a nice, like, lead in to August. Yeah.
Nick, are you volunteering for some work?
Nick, are you volunteering for Shinobi? Because I don't know when that's coming in and when the embargo is, but it comes out at the very end of August, right when we're in Germany. So it would be very hard for me to do.
It would be helpful if you could do that.
Yeah, you might get to do Shinobi. As badly as I want to do it. It's going to depend on the timing. Ooh. I will try and get you a code.
I I hope they give us time. Because if
the
it's one of
thing,
those ones
yeah.
where we get like 2 days to do it, then I might not be able to do it.
Yeah.
It's delightful. Like, people that tune into headlines, Jesse and I've been chatting a bit this week. Nick obviously has been on holiday, and we'll get into perhaps some holiday talk in a minute. But it has been, I think it's fair to say, an onslaught of games, just games after games after game, and we're somehow still holding on, and that's just me and Jesse. We've got Ursul's reviewing stuff, Chengus is reviewing stuff, Fairy is doing reviews, and in fact all 3 of them are also doing some previews on things.
Yeah.
It is insane how much content is going to be coming over the next, I want to say, 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, we can't
bonkers,
say
and
what they were
yet.
But we actually got invited to and got to send 3 Not of Us out. Unfortunately, there's almost never anything in Australia for Nick. But Chengus went to one thing, Ursul went to one thing, and Gyutsa went to one thing. It was almost 2 things. So yeah, it's been really cool to be a part of those types of situations. You're not... That's one of those, like, you've made it type of things. When you start getting invited out to the things that they know, there's no incentive for you to travel and you pay for it. They do pay for it. They don't do any editorial. Obviously, they have no thing. You're just going out, checking out a thing, like when I went out to see Dragon Age. Like, they pay for the flight, they pay for the hotel, but some people are like, I would never accept that. It's against journalistic integrity. But the funny thing about most games coverage is that none of us are journalists with a company behind us. So we could never go and see any of it if it wasn't comped.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, it's amazing. Like, some of the bigger places, the way they get to Gamescom is all funded, like, by a company in itself and their hotel and everything.
Yeah, we've
Like, we're
known
lucky
someone
to have
who...
the people that are watching right now, especially one person this year who went above and beyond.
Yeah. We know someone who, like, there was a company who's like, hey, you're going to be at this thing? You want to cover our thing? He's like, no, I'm not, we don't have the money to go there. And like, we'll pay for your ticket.
Yeah.
Just so he'd see it, not for any, like... I think the quid pro quo ends up being more in the content creator space, like we saw around Mind's Eye, where people could not be honest about it. Instead, they just broke down laughing, trying to recommend it. But it was literally in the contract they signed, you can't be negative. And I think that's what differentiates, like, press, like we are seen as in the industry, because we're going to all the press events where the NDA is just, don't spoil that you're doing this. Other than that, and don't spoil the story. We'll show you some cool stuff, but obviously no story spoilers. But as far as what you think about it, nothing. There's never a clause about that. And we wouldn't agree to it if there was.
It's been a really good time, and like a little bit stressful because it's so busy and everybody has been pushing hard to make sure that we rise to the occasion and we do good coverage. You know, I'll talk more next week, I think, in terms of, like, I'm an idiot. I definitely have chosen 2 things that are insane to try and do at the same time. Mm-hmm. But them's the breaks. However, before we get into talking about video games and stuff, because this is a video game podcast, there's a couple of super chats. Now, one of them from Tiberius Mike, I do kind of want to put a pin in because we'll be talking about movies and stuff later in the show, and that's a nice segue in. So if Tiberius doesn't mind, we'll hold on to that one. But we do have one from Yaber. I'm going to say
Haber.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm saying
fuck
Haber
You're
Ultra.
right.
Haber. Just want to thank you for writing about Wonder Boy Asher and Sea Fantasy, because Xbox/ID at Xbox did 0 tweets and no YouTube trailers for both, which is sad. Is there a new Wonder Boy game?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, mate.
It's 3D.
Chengus wrote about it.
Yeah, like behind the back 3D, I think, or it might be 2D and 3D. I saw a trailer that looked like that. But a lot of times when you see smaller news covered, you can expect the byline to be Chengus, because he's very good at writing those up.
Yeah, he just yeets them out, doesn't he?
It is funny. Like, you always talk about how I'm the machine on reviews, and you're talking about the reviews you're doing. Like, that'd be easy.
I mean,
but you have
it
more...
is and isn't. Like, multiplayer is the organizational of people. Mm-hmm. That's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
So
I will have one of those, and it will require you, just like yours will require me.
There we go again. Now, before we get into talking about the video games, Nick is back with us this week. We missed you last week. You missed Gareth, obviously. He was back on.
Yes, I did.
Chatting some stuff. Tell us about your holiday.
I jumped
Nick.
in the chat. I did jump in the chat, though.
We saw you were there in spirit.
Yeah. I jumped in and watched for a little bit. I'm trying to remember what I was doing at the time.
On the beach.
I think I was lying in bed. I think I was just lying in bed. But yeah, went to Queensland for a couple of weeks. So went to a place called Mooloolaba, and then halfway drove down to the Gold Coast to watch the footy, where we lost, unfortunately. And then drove back up to Mooloolaba. And yeah, the weather. So the last few years that I've been going there, somehow I end up with Melbourne's weather while I'm there. Somehow I end up with Melbourne's weather. This was the first time I've been up there where I actually got proper Queensland weather. So they're in the middle of winter. We're in the middle of winter right now. But in Queensland, you're still getting like 21, 22, 25 Celsius. I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's so nice.
Yes, please.
It was good to have some nice warm weather. And now I'm back into Melbourne's the winter, unfortunately. But it was good. Did a lot of walking. Did Movie World, Warner Brothers Movie World, where they've got like a lot of DC Comics stuff, Wizard of Oz stuff, all that sort of thing. So the kids went on rides. I even went on, like, have you? I don't know about you guys, but I've now, and it's sad because I used to be one of those people that used to try all the rides when I was younger. Oh yeah, Tower of Terror, Loop de Loop, this, whatever. I used to go on everything. I was like, fuck it. Where now I've hit that age where rides affect me. Like, I know I'm old now because when I go on rides, they really affect me. I get dizzy. I get, like, almost like vertigo type symptoms. Like, it's just...
I can't do rides. Like, they're just not my jam at all. Like, ever since I was a kid, I just... Like, I did not enjoy it at all. Like, a good haunted house, maybe a log flume. But anything else that hurls me around at great speed upside down is not my jam. Sorry, we'll pass. But yeah, okay. I feel for you.
I do go on them. It's one of those things now where it full affects me, so I can't enjoy them and go on them as much as I used to. Sadly, so I've become a bit of an old man. But while I was there though. While I was in Queensland, I will segue into what have we been playing. What do you reckon?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, it's smart. That's smart.
I mean, it was a fairly basic holiday. It was fine. While I was in Queensland, I brought my Switch 2 because it's like the perfect console to take on a holiday. And I was smashing Mario Kart World. Absolutely smashing it. Like, I have now 3-starred every Grand Prix track. And I have 3-starred all but 2 knockout tours. Like, I smashed it. So I've almost 100%ed Mario Kart World. That's how much Mario Kart World I was playing over there. Obviously, I haven't 100%ed free roam. So once I've done the last 2 knockout tours, I will then move on to trying to complete all of free roam, which I know will take God knows how long. But if I can get it 100%ed before the DLC comes, God only knows when the DLC comes, that'll be fine. Now, I was holding out hope that Jesse would get a Donkey Kong code, but I did not think he would. So while I was over in Queensland, I had a $50 voucher. My brother-in-law was with me, who gets staff discount at JB. So I ended up paying out of pocket probably about $40 Australian for Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is pretty good for a game that's $110.
Is it 91 on OpenCritic good?
Yeah, is it 91 on OpenCritic, 10 out of 10 masterpiece good?
Well, that for me, that's Super Mario Odyssey, and this is from the team that made Super Mario Odyssey.
But is it as good?
I haven't played a ton yet. I'm on the second world, I guess level, whatever the hell, layer, whatever you want to call it. It's not Super Mario Odyssey levels for me yet. Because, again, and I had a feeling this would happen when I first saw the game and what it was about. And, you can just break everything. I was like, this is going to be one of those games that's too much, isn't it? Because it taps into my OCD where I want to do everything, but there's so much to this game that you just spend a lot of time punching rocks.
Yeah. I'm exactly at the same point as you, because we did get a code, and because you bought it,
yes,
Jesse sent it my way as an owner of a Switch 2, and I'm already annoyed at the camera. Like, I don't think the camera's that good in terms of moving it around, especially when.
Well, yes, once you're in the once you start really hammering through rocks and you're like inside walls, yes, the camera gets all screwy and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's a bit iffy. But I would say that what it's doing, like when you're breaking all the stuff up, like it's extremely performant and
yes,
like it runs super.
Yeah,
smooth.
we're smart. There's no physics on it, which they also use to take advantage of how the game can work with how you can go under stuff and it's not crumbling on you. Like it's all just you're statically removing sections of the level with no like physics interaction on that specific part.
Yes. And you can make, like yesterday, I made a bridge. I was just ripping out dirt and throwing it across the other side and slowly made my way to get a collectible. Just made this bridge and went straight across. And visually, it's very nice. I just got Pauline, so I just turned the rock person into Pauline. So that's how far I am. But you can tell it was made by the Super Mario Odyssey team. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that's exactly like Super Mario Odyssey. It is fun. I am enjoying it. I don't think I will love it as much as I love Super Mario Odyssey. I feel like it's one of those things where I'm going to have to just decide not to just try and smash everything.
Yeah.
But, like, if I want to 100% it like I did Super Mario Odyssey, I think I'm going to have to do a lot of rock smashing. It is still good, but I don't think it'll be Super Mario Odyssey levels. But I'm still very early, so who knows? Things may change. Yeah. While I'm talking about that, so of course, I was hoping that Nintendo wouldn't make any more amiibos, but they have made more amiibos, so I got the Donkey Kong Bananza amiibo. That's them. That's Donkey Kong and Pauline. It's a really high quality amiibo. Look how good they've
Isn't it $10 more? I would hope it would be better.
It is in Australia. It's about $8 more than the normal price. Why, I don't know.
Because it could be.
And something that I ordered before I left and was hoping it would come before I left, and it came the day I returned. So I had to get my neighbour to grab it so some arsehole wouldn't steal my package from my front door. So as those with the Switch 2, and really a Switch 1, let's be honest, know, the Switch is an ergonomic piece of shit. It is a disaster to hold in your hands if you don't want broken hands.
I don't disagree.
So with Switch 1, I used to get the grip cases from Skull & Co. because they were brilliant at making the console holdable. You could still dock it. You could still even take the Joy-Cons out. Great
That's
case.
impressive.
But then I'm like, how can you do that with the Switch 2? Because they magnet out. So Skull & Co.'s cases wouldn't be as versatile anymore. I'm like, someone needs to create a case, or grips at least, that still let me use the Joy-Cons and take them off. So anyway. See these grips? Ooh, look, they make the console usable. Ooh, but wait, what about the Joy-Cons? Boop! Hey!
Nice.
Look at that.
That's good.
Hey! How good's that? So now I have a console
folks
that I can
listening
actually...
To the audio version,
Plain.
Nick just demonstrated taking off a Joy-Con with his grip controller.
With the grip case still on, look.
Like, it's interesting. I have a question for you though, Nick. I've played to almost the same point you are, I think, like the second world.
Yeah, I'm going through, yeah.
Unskippable cutscenes, mate.
No, they're not. I skipped them. I've been skipping them all.
Really? I was like pressing every button I could. You must have
Nope.
like a magic trick.
I skipped every cutscene. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, okay, I'm gonna have
Start
to like.
start button, dude. It's just the start button.
Okay, yeah, because it wouldn't even like give you a hint when you're hammering a button.
No, it doesn't. The plus and minus. The plus and minus.
Sake. Okay, there we go.
I figured it out. Don't worry.
Because, like they're really slow, and I can read faster than they leave the screen up on the text for, and I'm just like, get me into playing the fucking game, Nintendo.
What do you mean?
And also,
Nintendo's
at this
known for
point,
their great stories.
just put voice acting in, guys. Like, just do it for crying out loud.
Yeah, they don't do it, do they? The
No.
only thing with those grips, obviously, if I then want to use this, I will have to take those grips off temporarily. So that's the downside to them. But at the moment, it's good to be able to.
Do you
actually
not
use
have
my
the
Switch?
unbelievably expensive Pro Controller too?
Yeah.
Oh, then what do you need the regular Joy-Con for?
I don't know. Sometimes I just like to change it up.
I hate that Pro Controller. I used it playing Shadow Labyrinth, which Chengus reviewed for the website. That video's up.
Why?
It was so like the shape of it
It's
and
very
the
slippery.
slipperiness
It's-
of it. I couldn't.
yeah.
Man, I couldn't take it.
I don't know why they made it out of the material they made it out of. It's very, very slippery. Like it doesn't
Slippery
want to,
Nintendo.
It doesn't want to stay in your hands for some reason. But
Slippery. I didn't put it in there, but
Um,
slippery Nintendo with their changing patents after the filing
Yes.
of court cases. Yes.
The music's pretty good. The music's pretty good at Margonaut. There's a few throwbacks to Donkey Kong Country and stuff. It's good. And thanks to, I guess, ABK Australia, I got a code for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 Deluxe Edition. So I kitted myself out with classic Doom Guy, not more modern Doom Guy. I did the classic looking version. And played some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Man, that was a throwback. That was fun. I'm no good at Tony Hawk games. I've never have been. I enjoy the shit out of them. Like, I loved playing Tony Hawk 2 on Dreamcast. I've always enjoyed the Tony Hawk games. I've just never actually been good at them. Like, I did the whole tutorial and got, it's actually a diamond achievement for completing the tutorial. Not many people have done the tutorial in Tony Hawk.
Wow.
Ursel did it at
I
our
did
preview
the-
event and made the devs very happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Why?
like nobody's done the tutorial here, and then they just keep asking us the most basic questions.
Oh, I did the whole tutorial, start to finish. It's very long, which is probably why no one's done it. It's extremely long, and there is so much to it in terms of tricks and things that you can do. And I was like, oh my god, this is exhausting. But then I started the campaign, which, again, my OCD's kicking in, and I'm trying to tick off every goal of the Foundry now, or whatever the first level is. But yeah, Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 is
Bad
fun.
news for you, Nick. After you get all the initial goals done, the pro goals open up, and you go through every level again with like a bunch of new goals. Don't try and 100% the game unless you're going to play it for like 100 hours. It's an enormous game. It's really good. They're really good goals. A lot of them kind of give you that, especially the pro goals in Tony Hawk 4, give you that feeling again of the no timer. But also, if you really just want to get the goals done, go into accessibility, set the timer to an hour.
Yeah. Might have to do something like that, because it's only like a minute. It's like 2 minutes or something.
It's 2
I'm
minutes
like,
by
man,
default, but you
seriously?
can do 2, 5, 10, or 60 minutes within the accessibilities menu, and you can just get everything done pretty easy, especially if you have a hard time with the score one. That's the easiest way.
No, the score one I'm okay with. It's the ones that are like, grind on the melting pot. And you got to wait for the melting pot to be tipping over, because that's when its rails are on its side. But then how the hell do I get up there at that time? I'm like, ugh. But anyway, it's Tony Hawk's fun. It's good.
It's a
But that's it. I've actually been playing video games.
ultimate podcast game. Like if you don't feel like listening to the soundtrack and you just, or even the soundtrack's going and you've got a podcast going, it is fantastic.
Super chat.
One of those.
Super chat from Lucius Augustus. Why is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 still not on Game Pass? Isn't it?
Nope.
Don't think so. Same for the
That's
original
weird.
Doom
You're
2016.
so loud. You're so extremely loud all of a sudden.
No, it was
I suppose I haven't spoken in a while.
yeah.
It was
The same thing happens to you every time, Nick, when you don't speak for a while.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Your gain picks
you
up trying to hear you. But yeah, I don't know that Doom 2016 is not on PC, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 did get a PC port, but it still hasn't gone into Game Pass at all.
Weird.
Oh, okay.
And it was in a PS Plus monthly. I don't think it's the PS Plus catalog,
Yes.
but the PS Plus monthly did get it at one point. But that's
Yeah.
giving
Essential
away
did.
giving away sales, which I think Sony just covers, versus I don't know what the licensing issues are about Game Pass with stuff like that. You never know. There could be legal
Okay.
reasons we just don't know.
Now, that's what you've been playing.
Yeah.
Jesse, what have you been playing?
I was playing a thing I can't talk about. No, I also played some other stuff. The main thing I got out this week, if memory serves, because time just disappeared on me. I started playing the thing I finished a review on yesterday at 8:30 a.m. and I looked up at the clock when I was done. It said 3 p.m. I was like, oh shit. But the other main thing that I played that I can talk about is RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. It's a $30 standalone expansion.
Expand alone.
Yeah, people keep calling it DLC. It's not DLC. It is its own game
No.
that is also Play Anywhere, which is really neat, as the base game just hit Game Pass and was converted to Play
Yeah.
Anywhere. This is essentially like RoboCop The Raid, where you're in one location going up the Omni Tower, OCP Omni Tower for, I think I beat it in around 7 hours, but if you want to get all the side quests and maybe 100% it, you're 9 to 10. Snappy, good. You're killing the same guys a lot, having fun. The gore really helps carry it. I think the writing's pretty damn good for, especially for RoboCop, where he's just like in a I'm not taking any shit phase of things anymore. There's pretty much like a running gag of him getting really annoyed that people feel free to just message into his comm system without asking him if they can. Looks real good. Has some very bad, in the latter half, UE5 hitching issues where every once in a while, especially in some of the detective areas where you're just talking to people a lot and there's tons of NPCs, it really just starts chugging. But then once you're fighting, it's normally fine. Or if you're loading into and out of areas as you go between them without like hidden loading screens, it really chugs. That is very much a UE5 thing. That is pretty bad here. I know some people on the PC version have had some bugs. I didn't, really. It worked fine for me. And if you liked the original, it is just a lot more of that in, I think, a tighter package. I ended up giving it a little bit higher score because I thought the pacing of Rogue City was a little off. In this one, they break it up with, there's a play as Alex Murphy flashback. There's some other levels with other people that, add to the story being told, I think, in real good ways, but don't drag. So, yeah, highly recommend, especially for $30 after you've played Rogue City, because this is set after it.
Yeah. I downloaded now that RoboCop is Play Anywhere, I've downloaded it onto my ROG Ally, funnily enough. I was blasting away on that, and performance is actually pretty good. Like, a lot of stuff set quite high. I'm like, are you sure? Because it has an auto-detect on PC. It's like, hey, do you want us to detect and then set the game up? And I'm like, I did it, and a lot of stuff was set to, like, epic. I was like, this is a handheld, bro. It's like, this ain't the one. And I did get some perf hiccups, but I've got it running at a really nice, solid 60 FPS now.
One nice thing they did, right off the bat, you have all your abilities. You don't have to unlock them. And the game's a lot better when you have all of the abilities. And then, but you're like right at the 2 points into each tree for the abilities thing. And then you very quickly can fill them up to like, you can get 3 or 4 of them completely maxed out pretty easily by the end of the game. It's good.
Nice. Cool. I've been playing a fucking shit ton of games this week. But yeah, I tried a little bit of RoboCop. I released a review for Ready or Not, which like is funny to me because the publisher just like didn't give us code until effectively the day before launch, and I was like, shit. So jumped in, got some mates going.
I didn't request code until 2 days before launch.
They didn't even know it existed. Probably
no, they had messaged that. Well, it was all through Press Engine, and they had pinged us on there about it.
Yeah. But nutshell, I'm glad we did it anyway, and I'm glad I hammered through it and got people on and played a bunch, because even though we were like a day late in terms of actually getting a review out, it did really well for us video-wise. That video is like 12,000 plus views, which for a channel like ours is pretty great.
Your barrel discipline is horrible. You're just aiming right at all of your fellow cops.
Yeah, I'm not pulling the trigger though. I've got my trigger discipline's good, mate.
Yeah, but barrel discipline terrible.
But it's a really great game if you want to have a little bit of a change of pace from run and gun, CODs, and other sort of fast-paced FPS games. This is, if you don't take your time, you will die. And it does some really neat things. Like the multiplayer is the star of the show, without a shadow of a doubt. Like if you've got 4 mates that can get a bit serious face and say things like "I've got your 6" and clearing rooms and saying clear, you're going to have a good time. But they also add, as well as a quick play single player mode, you have a command mode where you have to manage the mental status of your team. And if they die, the morale will drop. So if one of them's dying, you have to replace them. And what I really was impressed with was the AI, in that if you kit everyone out with like lethal rounds and like the biggest bang for your buck weapons and just always go in and murder rather than arrest, your AI teammates will become more aggressive because of that. Equally, the AI of the enemies does some really interesting things. Like if you sneakily defuse all the traps and the AI catch on and they're holding hostages, they may feel trapped and start executing the hostages as a reaction. If you've whittled the remaining bad guys down to like 2 or 3, they will just be fully aggressive to try and get you before you get them. And seeing that stuff happen in real time was very, very cool. Very replayable. Bit iffy on the performance on console, I have to admit, but it is cross-play. You have to connect your Epic account for that to work, which was really odd at first.
Really?
Epic, yeah.
Yeah, Epic gives like a free back end on multiplayer a lot of times.
Yeah, and it does work. It just is a bit odd. So you have to link your Epic account, and then your PC players, because my Xbox account is linked to my Epic account, which is linked to my Steam account, my Steam mates could see that I'm online and invite me. And it did work. So, but yes, super, super cool game. And I think it will do very well for the team. There's been a lot of conversation around censorship. Void Interactive, to release this off of PC and onto consoles, they elected to do 2 things. One, to get it through certification, they cut direct references to crimes involving minors. They cut naked people, I think in this instance a young person, as well as there's a lot of kids stuff in this. It's like deals with some really gritty, horrible, as you'll see it in the review, like, and they've edited it.
Why would they put that in the game?
They have a school shooting, Nick.
It's super realistic, right? Like it is, you're uncovering
they
a crime
were trying
ring.
to be edgy as well at the
There's
at
probably
the start.
a bit of edginess there. But it kicks off this big fuss in the community of Reddit or not. Like, don't buy this game, don't support them. They've censored it, and I'm like, the dev's perspective is we've censored it because to maintain one version because it's cost effective, but also if you want to continue enjoying more stuff to the game, like we need to keep selling the game, and selling it to new audiences is more important than maybe having a direct reference to some sort of kiddie thing, like in the game for realism's sake.
And it was still pretty obvious what was going on. Like they
look, you can see the clip on the screen at the now. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah. Like I'm looking around, there's pictures of kids everywhere.
A bunch of green screen kid heads, like in photos.
And there's like horrible messages on that screen, which is why I looked at it. But it is a really good game.
I get it, but like I'm like, why even go near that topic? Just
edginess, I guess. Super edgy, but it's fun. It is fun. So I would recommend if you want to pick that one up. Obviously, as Jesse mentioned, I am playing Grounded 2. No impressions on that. You can look forward to our coverage, I think on July 29th, if memory serves. I've been playing a bit of DK Bananza, and I've also been playing something. I don't know if I can mention that I've been playing it.
No, I mean, you can say we will have a review coming for the upcoming Game Pass release of Abiotic Vector.
Yeah. I will have a review for that on a day next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've been sinking a lot of hours into all sorts of things. Lots of it very multiplayer focused, which is fun, but it is stressful trying to get everybody to be online when you need them to be online. That's
especially when
part.
they're weird about actually just playing the game on one platform versus the other.
Yes, there's some weirdness. But yeah, there you go.
Super chat on Ready or Not. It's a super chat about Ready or Not from Grand Benefactor Ashashin. So they're cutting the Diddy DLC. Good to hear.
Yeah. There is a bunch of DLC available for Ready or Not at launch. There's 18 missions in the game, the standard version. So it's worth a go. It is a very cool game. It's nice to play something of that pace, I think. Anyway, that is all of the video games that we've been playing.
All the video games we've been playing that we can talk about. If pretty much anything that's coming to Game Pass, we do our very best to review. We try and always have a video when we can, though that has gotten a little sloppy lately. Gotta admit.
Yeah.
I always do a video.
So on that, and apologies to anybody in the chat that has watched the Shadow Labyrinth video. Like, I didn't do anything different, but I did do everything I would do normally in about 15 minutes because that review came in hot, and Cengiz was like, I was like, you got footage? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay. And he was uploading and I was downloading, and I got it, and I threw it together very, very quickly to make it for the embargo just before we started doing headlines on Thursday. So if it's a bit iffy, I apologize. It wasn't intentional, certainly on my part. Whoops. I don't know what would have done it though. Like, I did everything normally.
It's like one of the files you sent me that just didn't work. I don't know what the heck your setup is, but
yeah, really strange.
A lot of the stuff that's coming that we will have reviews on, I'm hoping we have videos of, but it doesn't sound like it. I would always like them on Game Pass games.
Assassin Entertainment asks, can I ask who might be reviewing? If there was someone that could be reviewing Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, who would it be? Yeah, it's Nick. It's true. Okay, it's going to be Nick, the Dark Souls-like expert of hardcore video games.
Who has no time whatsoever to actually play even short games.
Oh, wow.
I can say, as far as Black Myth Wukong, I've been trying to get Xbox code, but haven't really heard anything. It's still a while away. So there's a good chance that Ursul's going to play through the PC version, and then if and when we get the Xbox version, he will play that as much as he can to get footage and to see how it runs, which is probably going to be like shit, because it runs like shit on everything. Runs like shit on PS5, runs like shit on
Black Myth.
Black Myth. Runs like shit on PS5
I hear Wukong,
Pro.
and I thought you said Wu-Chang.
No, it's Wu-Chung, by the way.
I know.
So PS5, PS5 Pro, and PC, Black Myth Wukong runs terribly. So we will do our best to cover that there. Otherwise, for Souls-likes, it's generally either myself or Ursul. So we should have coverage of, I think, everything announced and unannounced coming to Game Pass.
Assassin, I like Nick, but I think I'll skip that review if he's playing Wu-Chang.
I will not be playing Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers.
I will tease that my next review is my longest since Expedition 33. It's a long review.
Wow.
My rematch review was super long.
Mm-hmm. I think I should be like 3 or 4 minutes.
I really liked that review because you could tell you were so torn in two different directions in what your heart said and what your brain said. It was a great read and a great video because of that, I think.
It was the worst video.
Yeah. I have to admit that
footage was all buggered up.
The review I've got mostly written is really long. I'm going to have to add some more to that. Yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck.
And you were probably
it's going to be a 15-minute.
Your Helldivers 2 one, which we would probably have to mostly do on PC. I don't know, like the timing is so bad.
I was thinking about this. I could, because it's only a 2-hour flight from UK to Germany. I could pack an Xbox Series X just in case we have anything come in.
Yeah, and you can just use the internal capture for like a minute or two at a time and be, fine. But we're going to try. It's just going to Germany is going to make it hard. Because you end up...
Why does everyone say
you have your normal voice when you're doing a review. You end up talking very low and you're very direct and constant.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
I know, but it's just the way it comes out.
It's because I'm reading. It's because I am reading.
The only advice I can give you is gesticulate when you're reading. I know it sounds dumb, but if there's someone in the room with you, who cares? But pretend you're talking to someone and like you were having a conversation, but you're reading it, and that will immediately give you emphasis and passion.
And don't pretend you're talking to your wife, because you know she wouldn't give a shit. I don't pretend I'm like I'm talking to mine, because I'm actually be so bored. I pretend like I'm talking to someone who would care. The audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
You reckon we'll get multiple codes for Helldivers 2?
I don't even know who like it's going to be PlayStation. Right?
It's going to be PlayStation. They've never once ever responded to me about anything ever, so I don't think we're going to get any.
Surely they're going to have to send codes out for Helldivers 2.
Sony doesn't have to do anything. They will send codes out to the people that they like. That's all they ever do. It would be cool if they liked us, but I can't get MLB The Show. I only got it from MLB. Once Sony took over handling review code, never a word.
Really?
Yeah, even though we are on the thing they seem to really care about, which is both a top critic on OpenCritic and Metacritic.
We'll see what happens.
I have requested. I have heard nothing.
I requested it direct from Xbox.
I'll try find a way through to PlayStation Australia.
And it'll be nice because Xbox codes are global. Doesn't matter where they come from. Unlike PlayStation
I
and
know
Nintendo.
I know someone who I believe gets review codes from PlayStation Australia. I'll reach out to him and see if he can put me in touch with who he contacts for PlayStation codes.
Nintendo's codes aren't global.
Nope. Nintendo and PlayStation are not global. Steam and Xbox are. That's why everyone loves reviewing on Steam. Really easy.
All right. Speaking of video games and stuff, Game Pass. It continues its absolutely ridiculous streak of fantastic releases.
Crazy month.
It is an absolutely bonkers month. This month we've got RoboCop Rogue City was added to Game Pass. Right?
Great game. Fantastic game.
We've got the Muppet-themed horror game, My Friendly Neighborhood.
Which
patrons.
Yeah.
I will be doing a live stream of that, and you can have a laugh. We'll do a hangout so Jesse can have a laugh at me live. We've got Back to the Dawn, which is a very, very well-received and user well-reviewed, like extremely positive on Steam. RPG prison.
It's a prison
thing.
Like life.
Yeah.
But you're furries.
You are animals in it.
Chengus will be checking it out for a late review. But yeah, the whole month was just... It's crazy the amount they put in, especially because only 3 or 4 things are leaving the second half.
Yeah.
Kunitsugami is leaving.
We've got Beyond Back to the Dawn.
Gigantic.
We've got Abiotic Factor.
Not the other Gigantic, the old Gigantic. Not the new Gigantic.
Yeah.
Wait, the old Gigantic was on Game Pass? I thought that one was like dead, the old one.
I don't know. It's weird.
I'm so confused.
we got Abiotic Factor, which is from Deepfield Interactive with PlayStack Publishing. It's been out in early access since May or November last year, and now they're doing 1.0 simultaneous console release July 22nd. Yes, we will have a review for that. We've got Wheel World, which I know Gyotso, aka Fairy Empire, is going to be working on. We've got Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers. That's probably going to get a review from us, I'm sure. Grounded 2. And then Farming Simulator 25. Now, look, I know none of us here, maybe there's some Germans in the chat that really care about Farming Simulator. No judgment. But that's a ton of incredibly good games just there. It's insane to me. It's also absolutely bonkers.
What's bonkers is it's also been at a time where people in the media are mad at Microsoft for understandable reasons and have been, and I keep seeing it across tons of different shows and stuff. Okay, no one really talks about Game Pass anymore. It hasn't been very good. Like, I heard that last week. Like, somebody said Game Pass, no one talks about it anymore. Like, Game Pass isn't much, they would if it was on Steam. And I'm like, man, that's just not the way it would only be first party. Like, that's the only way it would work. It would have to be its own tier.
It's very odd.
It would never be the third-party games Steam, or the third-party games Game Pass on any other platform. It would just be Microsoft stuff, which is still a lot. But also Game Pass has a ton of like back compat stuff, which isn't there. I don't know. Everything's really really weird lately where I think the people who actually use the platform are like, this is probably the best year I can remember for Game Pass overall, especially if the other games they have coming out hit well, and we don't even know anything really coming out that isn't first party, like, for the rest of the year. Like, there's just this giant blank slate, but we know of all the third party deals they have. Maybe Replaced finally comes out. Who knows? But yeah, it's just been a bonkers good year. Incredibly hard to keep up with just Game Pass as a site.
You know what I hope?
Reviews.
Because Streets of Rage 4 launched into Game Pass, I hope Shinobi launches into Game Pass. But I feel like that would have been announced.
No, you can already pre-order it, so they never add it once you can buy it. Really?
Ah, okay. That's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, we're feasting, and I'm a little bit nervous about August because there's stuff that we obviously don't know yet, and we are away for a significant. Well, I'm definitely away. I'm away the week before Gamescom in Colorado for a wedding, so I'm out. And
you're in Colorado for a wedding.
Yeah, my missus's sister is getting married. They live out there. They live in Colorado and Texas as well. I think both. They have houses in both places and a flat in New York somewhere, or an apartment, as you say. But yeah, they've invited us out to Colorado to see them get married, and it's 12,000 feet up in a really fancy ski resort. So yeah, 4 days. So I'm gone for the week. So that's
and
fun.
You're back for a day, dyeing your hair
back
green.
For like 2 days. I've got to dye my hair green, and then we're off to Gamescom. Speaking of which, headlines on Tuesday, my son is finishing his primary school and he's got a leavers assembly at 1:45 in the afternoon. I've got to go to it. Now, I don't see it being more than an hour long, but maybe we can delay headlines till 4. That would probably work for me.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like, we got sent a picture of Colorado and there's a lake and there's mountains, and I'm like, yeah, get me there. Sounds great. Next up in news,
I was going to say, Nick, if Sega gives enough time, then I probably still would, because I really want to play that game. But I would try and get you a copy.
And then you don't have to do any work.
Yep.
But I do like seeing it, you know. Speaking of Gamescom...
I'm not opposed to doing it. You guys act like I don't want to do it. I'm not opposed to doing it.
I'm saying I'm going to take it.
It's just that, like... If it's like, I would love to be able to review big adventure games and that take hours and hours and blah, 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 blah. I don't even have time to play those recreationally, let alone for work.
Like, what if you could tempt your wife with $3 of ad revenue on YouTube for the review?
Oh, well, then I can just quit my job and put all my hours into playing video games if that's the case. No, Abdul, we're not going to be Special Nick era. We're going to be Dinosaur era. You see that game? You're muted.
Yeah, I saw the name.
Yeah, Dinosaur era. I thought, that's a good name. Everyone would love us then if everyone loves dinosaurs.
Blimey. Super chat from Jay Foley.
Yep, super chat. Hey guys, been playing DK. Love it. I have played 33, which I assume means Expedition 33, Split Fiction, Death Stranding 2, and Blueprints. I have to say, this is going to be the best but most difficult game awards I've seen in a while.
It's Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2 is going to win. Death Stranding 2 is going to win. What are you talking about?
I still think you're going to have a war. I think there will be people that will be like, Expedition 33
too early in the year.
Because it's new. No. It's new. It completely... turned people onto turn-based games again and made them go, oh my god, yeah, refreshed the genre. And the perhaps incorrect myth that it was just 30 people that made it has continued to pervade, right? So they'll be like, that's a star team. Then you've got Death Stranding 2, obviously, you know, everything.
Jeff's best mate.
Yeah, all of that jazz.
But
then you've got the Nintendo folks that will be like, no, Donkey Kong. So you'll have
hold on. Metroid Prime 4 is still coming.
It depends on the timing. It's either going to be Death Stranding carried by Kojima, Ghost of Yotei carried by being very close, or Metroid Prime carried by being very close. Anything early in the year, like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or Expedition 33 or even Doom, to some, like, none of them have a shot because they were too early.
I don't know. I feel like there'll be. I think Expedition 33's
And
got a good chance. I don't think
none of it
Split Fiction
matters.
will win it this year.
The dumbest thing, and I hate how important it is to the industry.
Yep. it is
What,
dumb.
the Game Awards?
Yeah.
I forgot about Ghost of Yotei. PlayStation exclusive. It's
And
gotta
if
be in
Borderlands
there.
4 is great, it's going to be so goddamn big and pervasive. And it's also, it's not just how is the game. It's, is this a game everyone who's going to vote actually played? Most of
The
those,
answer's going to be no.
yeah. And everyone will have
Of course,
played
Shinobi won't be in there.
Borderlands. Everyone's going to play Borderlands.
2D cartoony graphics. Not
I
a
do
big
think,
enough
though,
game.
I do think Blueprints has it locked for indie game of the year. Like, I do not see another indie game coming up and sweeping out. I might be wrong. If something else releases the latter half of this
The
year,
token
that's good.
indie that gets in.
No, it won't be in the game of the year.
Oh, you don't
but
reckon?
No, well, it might be, but
There's
will.
usually a token indie. Like last year was Bolatro.
I will just say it will definitely win the indie game of the year. That's what it will win. Like, it won't win the game of the year. But Blue Fiction's the best one. Blue Fiction? What the fuck am I smoking? Speaking of Gamescom, by the way, they have advertised quite heavily that it is set to be their biggest event yet. There's a ton of stats that say that it's bigger, like by quite a magnitude, like 11% bigger than last year, with 25% more exhibitors and blah 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 blah
Just
blah.
by all the emails we have and how much of this calendar I have been juggling for you, me, and pre-drag, I believe it.
Yeah,
oh
it's-
my God,
it's
is there, like, we've turned down like 30 things because we just won't have enough time for our team size.
Yeah.
We have an incredibly full
guys.
schedule.
You know how we got that super chat earlier about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2
Yeah.
Game Pass? Yeah, I got an answer to that question.
Oh.
I just got a DM on why Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 isn't on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd answer our super chatter
Okay.
because we said we don't know. It's because the rights to stream it via Game Pass trigger an issue with music licensing that hasn't been worked out yet.
That's what I said.
That makes sense.
Yay! License. Why isn't something a part of
Licensing.
something? Licensing.
Yeah.
Almost
Licensing
every
is
time.
almost always the answer.
Yep. Here. The song's so good, I'm turning it up.
Go wait for the beat to drop. Come on.
Trust me, they would like to have it on there, I'm sure.
And people wonder why do people watch XboxEra? This is why. All right, this is why.
Oh, I got to do the dance coloring on
come
Nick's
on.
camera.
Come on now, get it together. Abdul's asking you to reverse the car now.
Yeah, reverse the cut.
Don't you dare stop. Do it. Dance, Nick. Dance. Dance, monkey.
Oh, shit.
God. Okay, it's far too early in the show for this sort of shenanigans. Oh dear. Oh, man. Come on, okay, stop it now. Come on, turn it down. There we go.
I turned it.
All right.
Oh, I'm in a jumper, so now I'm getting hot.
Next up in news, this comes via Insider Gaming, but really it actually comes from Jez Corden over on the Xbox 2 podcast, where he spoke with Rand about Fallout and the future of the franchise at Bethesda Studios. And apparently Jez lent into the idea that Fallout 5 is all systems go as the higher echelons cancelled Project Blackbird at ZeniMax Online to make room for the post-apocalyptic
It
series,
wasn't-
which came following a massive round of layoffs.
He came out yesterday and clarified a bit that it's not, they had to cancel stuff, but the funding they have has shifted from Blackbird over to Fallout. And from what he has
Makes
heard,
sense.
it's Fallout 5. So, like, I know Schreier was correcting him that people weren't fired for Fallout, but he was saying they weren't fired for Fallout. They were fired, and then additional funding that's left over shifted to Fallout from Blackbird.
Gotcha.
Like, they weren't fired just for Fallout, but they're firing, and the shuttering of that game has shifted money towards Fallout.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Money doesn't disappear when you cut funding, but, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think considering they've got Fallout, the TV show season 2,
Which just wrapped, I believe, filming.
it's not gonna appear that quickly. But the thing is with the funding of that is we know that Bethesda would want to make that. They wouldn't want to palm it off to another team outside of Bethesda Game Studios.
I think they might be
it's
at
not
the
going to
point
get
where they
made by
have to.
ZeniMax. I don't know if that's going to be the case. They're working on Elder Scrolls. These things take the time they take.
Never know. I do know that I constantly get screener copies still on Amazon for all their shows. Not the goddamn Boys, which was annoying. Like one of the ones I would have liked to really have. At Reacher, which I've never watched.
Season 4 of The Boys. Reacher's great dad TV.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But I'm very much hoping I will again. I got on the list originally for Fallout, so I'm very hopeful that I'll be able to review Fallout. See the Fallout the series season 2, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
What are you typing, John?
Nothing. I was just checking for something. Yeah, the other thing with Fallout as well is obviously we've got all the pervasive rumors of a Virtuous style remaster of, I think, Fallout 3.
Not New Vegas?
New Vegas would be after, you would imagine. But also Fallout 3, I think, sold way more than New Vegas, so it would always be 3.
Yeah.
But New Vegas was the more beloved.
Despised at launch.
Hardcore.
But yeah, it's loved now.
Yeah, it was despised at launch.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was very, very buggy.
Yeah. Elsewhere in news, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is going to be one of the games revealed at Opening Night Live with Jeff Keighley for Gamescom. And according to a tweet from the Ghost of Hope, there's a beta in September following Call of Duty Next, where they stream it all and get all the content creators there to do all the playing and this is so good, blah, blah, blah. Yay, Call of Duty again. I don't know if I could pull off the same passion every year. But it feels like it's
getting difficult. The only reason I'm somewhat looking forward to this year's COD is... Come on.
Milo Ventimiglia.
Oh, okay.
Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I'm looking forward to this one. I want to play as Milo. I like Milo.
Cool. Yeah, more power to you.
It is a direct sequel to a game a lot of people absolutely loved in Black Ops 2. Like, direct sequel as in...
really?
Yeah. It's the follow-up. It's what Tom broke, like, a year or two ago. That, like, the after Black Ops 6 game was a follow-up. Or they were working on a follow-up to Black Ops 2 as a story. I don't know. It was an incredibly cool-looking teaser trailer, vibes trailer.
We had no idea what that game was when we were watching
It's like everyone's super upset. But I'm like, also, the vibes were way on. Maybe it's something you're going to enjoy. I really, really liked Black Ops 6.
That's what I mean. Like, if you take away the fact that it was a Call of Duty game, everyone watching that trailer was like, ooh, this looks cool. And then all of a sudden everyone sees Black Ops and goes, Anyway.
Well, yeah, it looks interesting. Got a super chat.
Yeah, super chat from Senor Bin. Hey guys, here's some money for Gamescom. Just finished the Destiny 2 Edge of Fate campaign and I have it above Witch Queen. Forsaken is still my fave.
Yeah, I've heard so I have Destiny 2 Edge of Fate. They gave me the whole $100 collector's edition or digital deluxe edition again. Haven't had any time to get into it. What I've heard is really rebuilds a lot of the game's systems in some positive and some not so loved ways, but the actual story and writing are very good, which I maintained were very weak in the last campaign, and I was proven right in the end when everyone really just stopped playing that one. Because the final shape was very much a let's throw the kitchen sink of characters, but not voice any of them because that would cost too much into the big final battle. But then even with the second mission or last mission they put in and the raid, I think it was still kind of weak overall. No one really played it, and no one's really playing this one, even though the story's supposed to be pretty good, but some of the new gameplay mechanics aren't great.
I think a lot of people have moved on now. They don't have the heart to load it up anymore. No game lasts forever, right? And there will be a point, I'm sure, in our future, I might be wrong, where Fortnite will no longer be the hot new flavor, and there will be a game that will usurp it. I'm just saying, at some point.
Destiny 2 was never its own platform. It was a very successful live service game, but it didn't build other things through it ever. And that's where Call of Duty, among others, Fortnite, Minecraft, they've become a platform. Like the whole COD Tunes thing they're doing right now, where you get like American Dad and Family Guy and King of the Hill and shit. Like there's these games that just constantly hit all these different fandoms in ways that Destiny never could. Because like even just adding in the very expensive Star Wars DLC, it's just cosplaying as characters. You're not the character itself, and that is the future of platform games. It's like you have to just be all in on stupid ass DLC.
Yeah, sounds about right. But yeah, thank you, Senor Bean. Following up on COD and COD Next leaks, well, don't worry, folks. If you're into something that isn't full of cartoon Beavis and Buttheads and Stan from American Dad beating up each other, Battlefield 6 from EA is getting a reveal. According to Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming, I'll put a link in the chat. The reveal will be on July 31st in a similarly COD Next style event where they'll invite a bunch of content creators, etc., and probably some journalists that aren't
Content
us.
creators that either didn't get or didn't bother to read their embargo letter.
Yep. This started because they started dropping off care packages to things, and that kind of leaked out. But yes,
one guy posted his care package that said Battlefield 6.
Yeah.
But then he deleted it a little bit after that.
It's understood, according to Tom Henderson, that the event will be somewhat akin to a Call of Duty Next, which isn't all that surprising, given how the next game is shaping up to replicate the Call of Duty franchise's success. The event is said to take place next weekend, or weekend just after next weekend, from July 29th for 2 days behind closed doors, allowing content creators and the media, come on, EA, what's going on? To get hands-on with the game. Then on July 31st, Battlefield 6 will be officially revealed to the world with gameplay, developer interviews, and more.
I did make an EA thing for Dragon Age, but I guess we're not good enough for Battlefield.
Yeah, apparently.
Hope it's a good one.
I'd love to. If it was in, is it Dyson Stockholm doing it?
I have no
I
idea.
think so, and it's a modern setting.
That's not far from me. Fly me
No,
out
he
there,
means
I'll come check it out.
he was talking about who's making it. As far as where it would be, I have absolutely no idea. And Ray, if we were, we couldn't say, but we're not, so no. He was asking if we were invited.
Yeah, that is fair. Like if we weren't going, that sounds cool.
We wouldn't. We might not. If we were
probably going.
If we were going, this wouldn't be in the showrunner.
Yeah, we wouldn't be talking about the leak. We'd be like, "Mum's the word." But yeah, we're not going. At least
The dirty, filthy Tom Henderson leak.
Mm-hmm. Gonna probably have to see that a-hole in Gamescom again. He's everywhere.
The actual best leaker in the industry.
Not for Xbox.
It's a super chat from Cody Bishop.
There is a super chat from Cody Bishop. Any thoughts on Ubisoft CEO's Star Wars comments?
Yves Guillemot said that Star Wars Outlaws struggled to find an audience because Star Wars itself is not as popular as it used to be.
I mean, he's technically correct on that part, that Star Wars isn't as popular as it once was.
It was also a buggy mess at launch, which made it really hard to get people to play.
Whether that's to blame for the game is a separate discussion. He's correct about
the Star Wars Outlaws that exists right now would have done great.
Yeah, I personally feel that Ubisoft generally get a somewhat unfair drubbing across the video game industry.
Ubisoft devs and their games get it. Like the executives get what they should, but then it trickles down to like, oh, I hate the executives, I'm going to go after the company, which really hurts the devs.
I didn't play Star Wars Outlaws at launch. So, granted, I would have been annoyed at Instafile.
Jesse was playing it almost this time last year.
I was playing it.
I was there next to him when he started it
on the Legion Go.
But I played it like a couple of months after launch, and I completed it, and I really liked it, and I thought that it made a really cool world. I thought the fact that they stayed away from what is traditionally, lightsabers and stuff, and made it more, kind of like you were a rogue, was really cool. And I liked the game. And I feel like it's just because it's Ubisoft. But if they're smart, the Black Flag remake is real. I will definitely throw my hat in the ring to review that monster.
Maybe.
Because I fucking loved Black Flag. And I can't wait to play it again.
What if I got you a code? You could do the Nick. We'll see.
Not work. Yeah, but when a big game like that, if I have to do it for work, then I have to do it. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't disagree with him. I do think Star Wars in general, and this is the thing, Star Wars. This ties into the whole industry and the way the industry is now. Star Wars is for us old people now. And most old people now don't play video games much anymore.
Like Andor, which got 17 Emmys, including Best Drama.
I still need to watch that.
Many of the acting ones, though, somehow. Oh, Andor's amazing. The 2 seasons of Andor are far and away the best Star Wars has ever been.
I've heard it's very, very good.
Random tangent.
Random tangent. Hit me up.
Hey, Jesse, you know how I finally got an XboxEra membership?
Mm-hmm.
You know how there's this ongoing joke that I never managed to get an XboxEra membership?
Mm-hmm. Kevin S got you one.
So while I was in Queensland, I got one. Right? I got an email saying, "Hey, you're an XboxEra supporter." I'm like, "What?" When I'm not there, I finally get one. Turns out it's my personal account that got that membership, not the one that I'm always logged into when I'm watching this show.
Correct. I was doing that when Kevin S was dropping literally 100 memberships, right? And I've got my account, but then I've got another account that is just like my email address. That one I could absolutely log on and accept a membership, but I can't accept one with my brand manager account of Sega Mechanica.
Brand manager accounts are not allowed to do anything with spending.
So I was like, that's why. Now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah, you can't join, you can't be gifted, nothing when you're brand manager.
Oh,
it's not a real account for them. Like the ones tied to emails that they can ping you with ads and shit with. That's what they care about.
Yeah. There is one thing in here which I don't think I'm going to add it because I'm sure it was this week, which was Ghosts of Yotei got its big state of play. Right? Was it this week? Just gone? It was like Wednesday or Thursday, right? Help me out.
I think so.
I don't
I didn't
remember.
play the first game, so I don't care.
But I just throw it in there. I watched the video and I thought it looked pretty great. It looked uneven.
It was
in
9
some
days
spots. Was it 9 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Did we chat about it last week?
I think we did.
Wow.
It looked good.
I've lost all sense of time and space.
It looked very good. I don't think it looked super next gen, but it looked super better than Tsushima. But I'm sure that's the mind's eye thing that happens all the time, where you just remember something. Or I'm just thinking of the original reveal of Tsushima, which had a very different look than the main game actually ended up having.
Yeah. But hey, all right. Well, in that case, I think we're going to dive into now what effectively becomes quite a bit of Nintendo talk, but also some movie talk, because there's a whole
after these ads.
Movie conversation. After a little ad.
Yeah. This is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the XboxEra podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support.
As always, a friendly reminder to folks listening to us on whatever podcast service it may be. If you're watching it on Spotify on a Monday morning after I've uploaded it, if you're listening to it on your iPhone via Apple Music, or if you're watching it or listening to it via any other service, be it on YouTube or a podcast platform of your choice, do consider, if you enjoy it and you've been listening to us for 6+ years now, supporting us on Patreon, because it is the best way to keep a little outlet like us alive. You get cool stuff, we get to keep doing this, and if everybody did it, of the thousands of people that listen, we probably wouldn't be sweating so much year on year. Head to patreon.com/XboxEra if you love what we do. Now, there's a bit of Nintendo news here, and there's a lot of movie news here. So we'll get the boring Nintendo-y bit out of the way, in that they're discontinuing Switch Game Vouchers. Nick, you're a big Nintendo fan. Did you use Switch Game Vouchers a lot? Was this a money-saving technique? Are you annoyed?
Very much so. Yeah, it is a bit shitty that they're getting rid of them. It's funny, Nintendo's doing a lot of that with a lot of things. So there's you can still buy them up until Jan 2026, I believe, and use them for a year past that. So while I was in Queensland, I bought enough Nintendo credit to get another 2 vouchers because I had my brother-in-law there. So Nintendo credit was being discounted. So I basically paid just under 100 Australian for $130 worth of credit. So I'll effectively be getting 2 games for about 50 Australian. That's pretty cheap. But they only work on Switch 1 games. So I'm going to use one of those vouchers on Metroid Prime 4 and then buy the upgrade. So that way I've got 2 versions of Metroid Prime 4, one on Switch 1, one on Switch 2. And the second voucher, I'm not sure what I'm going to use it on yet. I have a lot of time, so I'll hold out, but I'm not too sure. Metroid Prime 4 is 1. So that's another code that if Jesse gets it, I guess John may be getting Metroid Prime 4. Unless Jesse can still give it to me and I'll give it to a Nintendo Switch 2 owner who actually gives a shit about.
No, I'd give it to John.
What? I just
Metroid
love
Prime.
games, mate.
The
What?
codes I get from Nintendo are intended for someone on this site to use to then talk about the game. So I can't just give them to people. They know it won't be a review yet,
So
unless we ever...
Yet.
Yeah. But it is pretty much, I'm like, hey, our co-founders both have Switch 2s, and it would get talked about on our podcast, which is our main thing every week. And they're like, cool. That's about it.
But yeah, I can understand people being annoyed that this is a thing. And they're not replacing it with anything, right? They're just... That's it. It's over.
And SJ Nick wants 2 versions because he is a digital hoarder.
Accurate story. New news. Anyway, next up, movie news. First of all, on the back of Donkey Kong Bonanza, Nintendo and Universal are planning a Donkey Kong movie. This was kind of come to the surface as a kind of like a leak, a filing, a copyright information notice, and it's literally Untitled Donkey Kong Project Motion Picture, Universal and Nintendo Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So straight away we know we're probably getting a Seth Rogen voiced Donkey Kong movie.
I guess so, if they want to be consistent with it.
Yeah, right. Like they wouldn't pick a different actor to play DK.
I wouldn't have thought so.
So
I wouldn't have thought so.
That's cool, I guess.
Well, I mean, if it's as good as the Mario movie, then it'll be great.
Yeah.
The Mario movie was fantastic.
To look at.
It was very pretty.
The writing and the
it was
actual plot and story were
amazing.
as basic
Run
and
of the
boring as it
mill.
gets. Yeah.
Average.
And I hated the music choices. Absolutely hated it. It
Yeah.
didn't fit for like what Mario... Mario has very iconic music and shit, and just throwing in some Guardians of the Galaxy style montage shit, just meh.
But never mind all that. Because the Zelda movie, live action Zelda movie, has had its cast for its 2 main actors, aka Zelda and Link.
2 complete
young,
unknowns.
relatively unknown, but yeah, 2 complete young'uns that aren't world famous and all of that jazz. But I don't understand how this is possible because Link has never had a face, man. You know? Like,
Isn't it? Yeah.
makes me
No,
feel
Nick hasn't
weird.
seen the article. I'll grab it for you, Nick.
Oh, His face.
Link has never had a face.
Never had a human face.
There was I don't know. It was an interesting kind of like opinion piece over on Eurogamer that was like, I feel really weirded out by this because Link just never had a face.
Like a human.
I don't know.
Yeah. God, how long ago? Oh my God, they post a lot of stuff. There it is. I'll put this link in chat.
Eurogamer, you're welcome for the clicks. I don't know. It was an odd opinion piece because I think that's like maybe it's a view into the eye of someone who is like maybe a Nintendo super fan. Like, it's just a video game character, man. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, what is this? I don't know. It's strange to me.
Here it is. Does Link's human face in the Zelda movie make anyone else feel a little odd? No.
No.
No, that's such a weird thing.
Yeah. So yeah, and this is what he looks like. This unknown youngin right here looks like a perfectly normal twink. I mean, Link.
Really? You think? I think he's an odd-looking dude.
Yeah, Link's odd looking.
Yeah, he'll suit some elf ears. Put some elf ears on him. Boom.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
the
like
hair and
I'm fine with the Zelda casting. I don't know who she is, but I'm purely
She's
from a
old.
visual perspective versus the game, I'm completely fine with her. But him,
I mean,
he's odd looking.
yeah, so does Link. Link's always been odd looking with his
Nah,
giant ears.
Link is, while Link is fairly androgynous, Link is, I feel, is still handsome.
You
look
got?
at.
He's never
Have
had a
you
face,
looked at this
man.
person's face in one picture? You're not gonna have the ears. You're not gonna have the hair. I promise. When
Or
by
the
the time
hat.
it comes
It
out,
doesn't matter. I'm looking at his face. I don't give a shit about the hair and the ears. I'm looking at his face, like his
In
features.
one
I'm
picture.
looking at his face.
Yeah. I'm sure you can find.
And I've
other...
seen other photos of him. I IMDb'd him. He always looks odd.
Jeez.
That's just
Wow,
how he
geez.
looks, and that's why I'm surprised they picked like Link and Zelda in all the games have always been traditionally attractive, like
They're
conventionally
anime
attractive.
characters. There's not really ugly in anime for the most part.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They've always been conventionally attractive characters, and they chose a what I feel is conventionally attractive female lead, but not male.
I guess this is what happens
it's
when
just
you care
weird.
about it, because I never even thought about it for more than a second. I just laughed at the
I'm not upset.
opinion
I'm just commenting on the choice. That's all. I'm not upset about it. It is what it is.
Link and Zelda
Yeah, but-
are also like nothing characters. They've never really done or said that much. Like the games are, even Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild are more like From
Sandbox.
style in their light on like direct story beats, and Link's never had voice acting outside of the Philips CDI and the cartoon stuff. So they're like blank
Yes, so
slates.
there's the cartoon, and then in the game, technically, there's voice acting when he goes, and he dies and stuff. That's the only time you hear Link's voice.
Lol.
And that's it.
It's so weird. I don't know. Sorry, P Lump, you missed it.
No, that's his. No. P Lump was in the chat a couple of weeks ago. That's like, I've sort of cottoned onto it now. What's going on here? P Lump. It's a catchphrase, I think, of his. Stop everything, play my damn theme song. He's got his own podcast, which Abdul is a big fan of. I am yet to watch it, unfortunately, P Lump.
Wow.
So apologies for that. I have to double check what time it's actually on. My time zone's very weird.
By the way, Nick,
So it
just
could
to
have
let people,
something to do with that.
for the audio people, bring it up. You want to be about a fist away from your mic. If you're too close, then it'll start blowing out.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, your mic was blowing out.
Some
Was it?
breaking
I wasn't even
news.
talking that loud.
No, it's not about. It's about distance, not length. Like you gotta be a little away. About that much.
Breaking news, boys and girls.
Uh-oh.
Void Interactive's Ready or Not has sold 1 million units on console in under 4
Really?
days. Yep. It was announced over on LinkedIn. This comes via Tom Henderson. The CEO of Void Interactive sold 1 million units on on console in under 4 days. It reached that 1 million sales milestone 10 times faster on console than when it was on PC, when it launched in December of 2023. Good for them.
And that's why people still make console games.
Yeah.
Because PC might be growing and be bigger, but it also has way more on it.
Yeah. Cool. Anyways, next up in the TV land of video games becoming TV or movie things, this one I'm intrigued by. Netflix has greenlit an Assassin's Creed live-action series.
5 years
Series,
after
another movie?
announcing it. They announced it 5 years ago.
What?
They've greenlit it this week, but they announced the partnership 5 years ago, like alongside when they were doing the Division movie, which still is not canceled, the Division movie. It's just not being worked on.
Interesting. Wow. How do you feel about that, Nick? An Assassin's Creed. Do you think Fassbender will come back?
No.
What about Jake Gyllenhaal?
That was
he
Prince
do
of
one?
Persia.
No, he was the...
Oh, yeah,
Prince
that's
of
Prince of
Persia.
Persia.
And he was
They
tied
just all
to
blend
the
together,
Division.
didn't they?
I'm thinking Jake Gyllenhaal. What are you talking?
Jake Gyllenhaal was tied to the Division movie, I think.
Really?
Really? Oh, wow.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wow. Yeah. Gentle Stone pointing out the Halo series producer is on Assassin's Creed.
Oh, God.
So Jesse will love it.
So Assassin's Creed's gonna suck.
Now we've come up with a new timeline called the Silver Timeline.
Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take everything you love about Assassin's Creed and we're going to shit on it all over it, and we're not gonna use any of it.
Success.
And what?
And you know that guy Ezio? We're gonna have him wear jeans and a jacket.
I do think they always forget at any point I can just mute them in OBS and then just do the rest of the show myself.
Well, that's no fun. That's no fun. Oh dear. Funny stuff. Yeah, okay. We'll look forward to that in like 3 million years. Although weirdly, speaking of Netflix, I saw a post today that broke down the series runtime for each episode of Stranger Things.
I don't think it's
season
real.
5.
I can't imagine that's real.
Every episode was
Is
2
a movie.
hours plus long.
They're
I was
all
like,
movies.
this can't be
There's
real.
no way it's real.
I mean, they took 3 years to shoot it.
Yeah, but they weren't shooting it the whole time. They weren't shooting 7 movies back to back. Like
mad.
all the people
There's
in
no
that show
way.
also did a bunch of other stuff during that
There's
time.
no way.
No. People like unsourced things that are
Oh, actually no.
shocking.
While we're talking movies, shouldn't we do that super chat from the start of the show?
Yes, because it's the next movie we want to talk about, even though it's weirdly not in the showrunners.
Yeah.
Why would it be?
Tiberius Monk has a super chat. Hello, XboxEra. Excited for Mortal Kombat 2. That recent trailer was incredible. This may be the film that the first one should have been. Thoughts?
Having the original character didn't help the first movie. Was it
Yeah.
Cole or whatever his name was? He was born.
What?
You mean what? Did I stutter? The original character in the Mortal Kombat movie. I forget his name. Like, he's not even in a poster on this one.
Was there an original character in the first one?
Yeah. Mortal
I don't know enough about Mortal
Kombat.
I don't remember that. The
first one was okay.
You're not referring to the 95 one. You're referring to the newer one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cole Young. He was the lead of the movie, Cole Young.
Was he?
Yes.
Why don't I remember that? Why don't I remember
That's
that
why
guy?
he's not in this. So they put character posters for everyone. He is not there.
Why don't I remember this Cole person?
Wow.
I've watched that movie.
It was
But this
like
is
yeah.
this is basically Johnny Cage, is it? And it's Carl Urban.
Carl
Doing a
Urban
turn.
as Johnny Cage. That
But,
could be funny.
Powerless Johnny Cage. He doesn't throw green orbs.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just an actor, says Carl Urban. But yeah.
That's okay. Interesting. Powerless Johnny Cage. So he's just the cool dude with glasses.
He'll get his powers, won't he? Because he gets put
probably.
into the tournament, and then he'll get his powers. Like,
Cole
he'll have to
Young
go through,
is
like,
in
a
the movie
montage.
for Mortal Kombat 2, but he did not get a character poster. They put out like 20 of them.
Because if they put him in a poster, people would go, "Who is Cole in the game?" Because he's not in the game. So what would be the point?
They should probably add him to the game. Like, make a new character.
Just so
Cole
boring.
Young.
No,
Who is he?
more characters was not Mortal Kombat 1's problem.
Yeah, fair.
I didn't mind that first Mortal Kombat movie. I love the 95 one. So here's a little anecdote. I was 15, I want to say, when the first movie came out. And my brother was 10. And we were very pumped for a Mortal Kombat movie. And we jumped on a tram, made our way into the CBD in Melbourne. Because back then, everything was in the CBD in Melbourne. Like, that's where you had to go for everything.
Was the moon
And
there?
there was a Blockbuster Music. There was a Blockbuster Music store. And the soundtrack was launching. And so me and my brother went down to Blockbuster Music on Burke Street, and they had people cosplaying as the Mortal Kombat characters, Sub-Zero, Sonya, a couple of others. I got a free copy of the soundtrack and got it signed by the characters that were just there cosplaying. I still have that CD to this day.
Wow.
The Mortal Kombat soundtrack with signatures of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya, and I can't remember who the other one is.
It would be more impressive if you had Tracy Lord sign it.
Oh, yeah, my God. But I'm just saying, they were just random people dressed up as those characters, so clearly those signatures were just made up on the spot.
That's so funny.
Hey,
Good
at
for
least
you,
it's
mate.
relevant to the topic, unlike your anecdotes.
Wow.
Wow. Well, who are you jabbing at then? Us? Both of us? Me?
No, just you, John.
Me? I was agreeing with you. I think it's funny. What the fuck? You should come out there and dig at me
shit.
like that.
I need to find that CD. I need to go into my box of CDs in the shed and find that Mortal Kombat soundtrack. I love that soundtrack so much. That full Tekker's Mortal Kombat. Bum 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 bum. Ah, that was a great song.
They
That
put
was
the
so
Ed
good.
Boon get over here in that new trailer, and I think it doesn't fit at all.
Ah, did they really? I haven't
Scorpion
seen the
has a
trailer yet. I haven't
voice
seen it.
like this, and then you hear, "Get over here!" And it's like,
Oh, really? It is a bit odd. It was in the original, in the 95 original. It worked there.
Oh yeah, because the 95 original was cheese. Like they were going through that. The sequel was rotten cheese.
Yeah, it was a bit bad, wasn't it?
They immediately lost Johnny Cage, his actor, or were going to kill him, and so he just didn't come back, and everything was bad about it. It looked like it looked like the porn parody of the first movie.
We got a super chat from your friend Jason.
Jason, hey boys, what do you think the Xbox lineup looks like in 2026? And is E-Day and Fable a lock?
I would say Fable is. You never know about E-Day, but start the year with Forza, work into E-Day. Then you have Fable, COD, Clockwork Revolution. Clockwork
don't know
could
about
maybe
that.
be first half. But
You think
about
Clockwork is
Fable?
next year? They never gave a date for Clockwork.
I don't think Fable's next year.
I do.
why? Why do you think Fable would be next year?
Because
It was supposed to be this year.
They said we're delaying it to next year.
Yeah.
Or this year.
My information is that it's not going to be 2026.
Your Xbox information is always wrong.
I don't know. I've heard it from two different people now that Fable may slip to 2027, and that's not doom gloom. Oh, there's something wrong with the game, problems. Just hearing that it's taking a little bit longer than they expected.
Well, I don't know. They did a whole video pumping up 25th anniversary of Xbox.
I know.
Trilogy that started it all. Fable fit.
I know.
Gears. I mean, I don't know. I disagree, but let's see. But yeah, if I think in terms of
It's not
release
about agreeing
schedule-
or disagreeing. I've had two different people tell me.
Yeah, but you don't know anything about Xbox anymore.
One of them wasn't from Microsoft.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just
Now,
saying.
if you said this about
I'm hearing that
PlayStation,
I'm hearing
I
that
believe it.
it's probably going to slip to 2027.
I would think that anyone thinks that they know exactly when it's going to come out right now doesn't know. They don't know.
We'll see.
Okay.
All of these things have a target. None of them have a firm anything, unless they're closer.
Don't get me wrong. I'm well aware of what will probably happen now. Someone from Playground will probably come out and go, no, it's next year.
Well, especially because most people who do actual reporting would say 2 people is not enough. You want to go for like 5 sources on a big story. Don't go for one.
I mean,
like,
the unfortunate thing is you'll probably be clipped now as saying that that's a thing, and then so on and so on. In fact, like the fact that Jason put this super chat in, that almost the cynic in me makes me think that you had that and you wanted someone to ask the question just so you could say that.
But why wouldn't I have just rumor milled it?
We don't
because
let you
we
do rumor
forbid
mills.
you from doing so. So you found your way around it.
No, I've still had rumor mills.
Not specific certain things. Also, I'm hearing myself echo. I don't know who.
Yeah, Nick took his headset off.
It's because I've got my headset off because the battery died on my headset, and I need to go get my AirPods, but I didn't want to leave my desk to get the AirPods because the AirPods are downstairs.
Okay, well, look, we'll talk about Krafton and Subnautica too, and that will give you an excuse to run and grab them.
Even though it is a spicy story.
It is spicy. Yeah, for folks that weren't aware of this or perhaps had missed this, Jason Schreier broke the news that Subnautica 2 had some bonus payments scheduled for it if it was to release and hit those milestones this year, but Krafton wanted to delay the game. The founders had mysteriously been forced out or left, allegedly, and now Krafton have said they're going to extend the Subnautica 2 bonus period, but they are also being sued by the founders that have left the company. I don't even like where to begin with this shit show of a story.
It pretty much comes down to they paid. I think many would argue it's a crazy how much they paid for the Subnautica developer. They paid $500 million up front, which is more than like Insomniac or Ninja Theory or many other devs were bought. Like just $500 million up front with a get Subnautica 2 out by this point into early access, $250 million bonus. Just a silly amount of money for a game that originally sold 5 million. And if you get that again, it should be a huge success, but it would have to sell how many copies to make up $750 million of investment? But the early 2020s were a crazy time. This is a day one Game Pass game, by the way.
Yep.
It was only Steam and Xbox too. Like it was also an exclusive in Epic Games. But the people who make it are saying, no, we were hitting goals, and like cutting out features and stuff doesn't mean things are going bad all the time. Sometimes it means you just are more fine tuning your experience. And Krafton's saying like, we look forward to giving our side of things in court. And it's been really odd because Krafton has been so public about it. Like they put out multiple statements about it. Especially saying like none of the people who started the studio that were the owners were working on the game. They weren't supposed to be. Then they were working on personal movie projects, but that movie project was a Subnautica movie for Krafton. It's a weird situation, and it's always one of those things where it's like everyone loved Krafton for a little bit because they bought Tango Gameworks and saved them. But the reality is all these companies are pretty much always shit in the long run, allegedly, supposedly.
Well, Krafton right now are being very confident in how they're going about it by being so public, which suggests that they feel that they have a pretty strong case. But yeah, like people are suing. Okay, well, let's all see it play out in court, I guess.
It'll be years.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever fast in any court system.
But you've always got to have a villain.
And it's normally Nick talking
or
about
a
Xbox.
corporation. But yeah, that is everything, really.
A lot of movie talk.
Yeah, there's loads of movies and TVs and
No
stuff.
movie
It's
podcast,
all
though.
Going, yeah.
Yeah, I know. We definitely need to
Need
do
to
one
talk about
because I've
Superman.
I watched Superman. Have you two seen Superman?
I have. We should save it for the movie
Oh,
podcast. when
you
we
watched
make
it?
Oh, yeah. I went on the weekend. I'm going on... and by the time we do a movie podcast, I'll probably have seen Fantastic Four as well. I already got my
actually,
tickets.
I think you gave me your opinion on Superman.
Oh, we know you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew yours the moment it was announced, and it wasn't Henry Cavill. No matter how good it is.
I didn't hate Superman. I
I
didn't.
know,
hate
but you were never going to like it as much as Man of Steel.
No, probably not. Because
And
Henry
John
Cavill
doesn't
is
care.
Superman. Henry Cavill is Superman. He is Superman.
He actually has those powers. They didn't have to do any special effects. He has to be really careful to not kill people.
He is Superman. He can fly and shoot lasers out of his eyes and stuff. He is Superman.
He broke Michael Shannon's neck and then went so fast he traveled back in time to undo it. But he brought the canister of film with him so that they still had the footage.
You know, every time I see that scene, I'm like, why didn't the people just run away? Why did they stand there
Yeah, why
to
did
get
they stand still?
lasered?
They
Why are
were
they standing
frozen
there?
in fear.
Why didn't they just walk away while Superman was holding him there? I don't understand.
What? You don't have a movie scene if they run away.
I have to say, though, in David Corenswet's defense, after watching that movie, I'm like, Henry Cavill would not have worked in that Superman movie.
No.
If that makes sense. Like, David Corenswet
Shouldn't we
was good.
save this for a movie podcast, though?
Yeah.
We only ever get like 2 people watch that. David Corenswet worked well in that specific Superman movie with its tone and its themes and its... That doesn't mean the movie was amazing or whatever. That doesn't even mean that David Corenswet is an amazing Superman. I just think he worked well in that very specific Superman. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I just don't think anyone will do Lex Luthor better than Kevin Spacey. I know that was a terrible Superman movie, Superman Returns, but I just don't think anyone will do Luthor better than Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, but he was more Elon Luthor, and it was pretty good. But anyways, it is now time for Name a Game.
That's right. It's time for Name a Game, a weekly game show where Nick and I do battle on behalf of some beloved patrons, because that is indeed one of the perks of being an Xbox Era Patreon member, is outside of getting to ask questions, which we'll dive into later on in the show, Nick and I will also do battle on your behalf to win you a game code from Jesse's big sack of game codes.
A big hairy
what's the
sack.
theme this week?
The theme this week is in honor of our trip next month. It is games shown at Gamescom 2015. So games that would have been coming out 2015 to 2016-ish normally.
It's weird. What was that?
What?
I had a funny... My computer did something funny.
Wow. I thought Macs don't do that. How
No,
disappointing.
it made a noise like a notification noise, but then I didn't actually get a notification up on my
Must
screen.
be something wrong with Windows. All right. So Gamescom 2015. It is, of course, Name a Game, which means you got to buzz in to win.
We play for patrons because we love our patrons, and we'd never forget to mention the fact that we play for patrons, would we?
I mean, I forget about it all the time
did all
because
that.
yeah,
I literally just said all of those
he
things.
wasn't paying attention. He wants
But
to
did
be
we say who we're playing for?
No, I was waiting for you, Nick.
Okay. I am playing for Robert Brinko, and John is playing for Divan Greedy.
Robert Brinko's still active. I remember him canceling.
I don't know. I set those up ages ago in advance.
Pretty sure he canceled a while back.
That's
while
okay.
ago.
No one ever collects the games anyway.
I know. Annoying. All right, gentlemen. Games that came out of Gamescom 2015. The buzzers are set. I had to resize it because both Buzzin and the scoreboard I used changed up their websites, and it's been weird. They both did it the same week. Gentlemen, the number one, and I will get it into chat for you, even though it's an extra thing to do because it's really long. Enjoy. It is Trump administration's least favorite word. Prior to, wreckage. 2 words.
So this is from Gamescom when?
2015.
2015?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, man.
2 words. It's only 2 words. 1 word before and 1 word after the colon.
Prior to? Why do I keep getting those notifications?
I don't even know if prior to is very good. I can look up another word.
What's the Trump administration's least favorite word?
Truth?
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? Immigrant?
You know, instead of prior to, let's change it to earlier. I think that works a little better to give what I'm going for. So it'll be Trump administration's least favorite word, earlier, wreckage. I think that works better. I do forget that you guys aren't as impactful as the United States can be globally. You might not be as in tune on the the shenanigans that have been going on with the things that keep losing their funding. If they have a certain word in it, whether that word has anything to do with LGBT people or not. LGBT people. LGBT people. All right, I'm starting that. I can make it more clear. They even have a timer anymore on this thing? They don't. Oh, timer. I got to click timer. There we go. Which moves the whole thing. That's what.
Hold on. I know what this is. I just don't know wreckage.
I gotta resize this stupid fucking buzz in again.
I've buzzed.
You have? That's right. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I've buzzed.
Why did I not hear it?
Buzzed.
All right, Nick.
It's that's notifying. Transformers. Devastation.
Oh, that's right. I got this. Correctamundo. It's stupid, but it works in the end.
When you said LGBT, that's when I got it.
Oh yeah, that's why I kept yelling T, because like I could make it more obvious.
Because you're like Trump administration's least favorite word. That's like 75 words.
I can't even. Man, they messed up. This buzz-in is different. I don't have any sound anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Weird.
That's shit.
I just got to take a look at it. I mean, I can see it on the screen anyways, so. All right, 1-0. Nicholas Bakerman. Nope, I hit the wrong thing. God, there's way too many things here now. This is all very complicated on my end. All right, the next thing is 1 word. That compound word is Clash Conceived. Clash Conceived, 1 word.
Is it in the chat? Clash conceived.
Oh, I didn't. I freaking thought I hit enter. I did not. 1 second. Boop. There you go.
Is that 1 word you said?
Yep. One compound word, essentially.
Clash?
But yeah, it's 1 word. I played this game with my wife and brother, and we enjoyed it.
2015. 2015.
I can't think of anything.
10 years ago.
Yeah. I'm like...
All right, well, I'm going to start the timer, and I'm going to give you a really good hint. Gearbox made this game.
Oh, fuck.
I buzzed.
3,
You've not...
2.
Oh, Nick had already buzzed.
Nick won.
Okay.
Nick got the buzz. Go, Nick.
He'd buzzed ages before. He just didn't say anything.
Oh,
Battleborn?
correct. 2-0, Nick, right off the bat.
Yeah, that's how I started last time as well.
Now
And I
you're
still
winning.
lost. And I still lost.
All right. The next one.
So how do you? So you're just not going to know now if I've buzzed?
No, I have to look. I'm not going to hear it. I'm not. Do you hear a buzz when you
okay.
buzz?
No.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck they did. Like, I don't see anything in the settings for me to turn sound. Current sound is pop. You know? There we go. You heard that, right?
No, I didn't hear
No,
anything.
I heard it now. I will hear it now.
As long as you hear it. As long as
Yeah.
you hear it. That's what matters.
All right. The next one is But Devil's Favorite. Group of criminals. 3 words.
So is So, 3 words. So, well, hold on. Is but devils one word?
I'm missing a word. Hold on. But devils vow, group of criminals. Didn't copy over correctly. But devil's favorite. But devil's favorite vow. John.
Assassin's Creed Unity. No, Syndicate.
He said Unity.
Yeah, but I corrected it in time. So shut the fuck
Correct.
up.
If I had said no and it was wrong and then he got it, but before I could even hit the button and say no, he got it, I would give that to you too, Nick. I
was
have in
too
the
busy
past.
trying to work out what the hell it even was, man.
Ass, sin. Devil loves sin.
Yeah, I know, but I was still trying to work. Anyway.
All right. It's 2-1. Nick's already feeling the pressure and is about to snap. Gentlemen, the hint is second Daniel Craig Bond movie. Space. Snapped. 2 words. John.
Quantum Break.
Yeah, Quantum Break. I was trying to remember the second Bond movie.
Tied at 2 again.
I told you. This is what happened last time. I got 2-0 up last time.
Let's go, champ.
I forgot to actually put the name was for the game here, but now I remember. All right. I did this like half an hour before the show started because I completely forgot.
Bodes well.
All right, there it is. To enormous budget Kevin Costner Western flop. 1 less than 1. Morning.
Okay, I know the first word.
Enormous budget Kevin Costner Western flop. Word number 1.
So is that the first word?
John.
Yeah, okay.
Water. 0.
Nick, you've got 10 seconds for the steal. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I've already forgotten the name
2,
of Kevin Costner's thingo.
The moment you heard the word Horizon in your head, because that is the
Yeah.
movie. 0.
Oh, I was thinking it was Waterworld. Was Kevin?
No,
Costner, but
it's
not a
not
Western.
Waterworld.
It's
Western. I
Waterworld
couldn't
is a
remember the name of
Waterston.
his Western.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I couldn't remember the name of his Western. You didn't even give me enough time to think about it.
Well, people get really bored, so you got to fly through these. I mean, we barely had anyone here because the thumbnail had Donkey Kong in it already, so I'm fighting the current. All right, gentlemen, the next one is it's only 2 words, but it's that long. The CIA introduced this drug to urban communities. Another word for feather. 3. Nick.
Haha, I
For the
win. I win. Crackdown 3.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, don't cheat.
I wrote Ubrin. Well, it meant urban. As I said, I did this very quick right before we started.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Crackdown 3.
Nick did continue to win. I will now go back to do some of the earlier ones for fun.
I just lulled John into a false sense of security.
Yeah, you weren't shitting your pants. That was a freebie for both of them, Ray. They should both get cracked down. All right. Next one for fun. Engagement on Behemoth.
Oh,
John.
Attack on Titan.
yeah.
Correct. John wins.
Yeah, right.
All right. Boop, boop, boop. Fly through these nice and quick. Oop. I'll put it back up. I mean to not. Oop. Clear buzzers. Put it in chat because Nick's a baby. All right. Done. Wrist clock.
Is this one word?
1 word. Done. Wrist clock. Nick.
Overwatch?
Correct. Nick wins. All right.
Yes.
How many more do I have? You know, I've got 2 more, and this one was funny because it came up during the show. It's just boop boop. God, I'm not going to put this in chat. It is extremely large. 1 word. Nick.
Gigantic?
It is funny that it was in there and it came up during the show, and gigantic is not something we talk about anymore now that
No.
the former host is gone. One of the 6 people who liked it.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I never watched the show back when they were on. All right. Final thing. Final one. Celebrity person. 2 words.
What?
The only game that is still not out.
It's still not out.
It is an active early access. John.
What?
It's Star Citizen.
Ah, yeah, Star Citizen.
And there you go. That was Name a Game, where sadly Nick won.
Yeah, Star
Congratulations to Robert Brinko. Be sure to reach out on
Who canceled
the
his
Discord.
Patreon
Pretty sure
many
it's
months
cancelled.
ago.
In that case, congratulations to Devon Greedy.
If he's still a member. Robert Brinko, if
I
you
haven't
remember.
checked. I set these up so long ago to sort of get it out of the way and organized.
There's a funny story with Robert Brinko where his kid kept going on his Discord and like just harassing people in the Discord. If you remember, John.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't Gamescom 2015 when Scalebound was
Yeah, it was part
revealed?
of it.
Yeah, it might have been.
How was that not in the list?
Because there's like 600 things to go through, and I just chose 10 of them. That's how. Yeah, baby.
Alrighty then. In that case, it's that point in the show where we really, really want to extend our warm thanks and admiration, and even indeed, in some people's cases, love to our Patreon community, because it's community questions time. This is where we break down their most wanted questions, which is a perk they have for being a member of the Xbox Era Patreon community, be it typed up in earnest on our forums or sent in haste on our Google Forms. We want to hear from you, and that's what we're about to do.
We say goodbye to
Where are we
everyone
gonna start
live
today?
because our viewer count just goes
I figured out what those notifications were.
Pornhub.
Not far off. My wife just set up a Snapchat account, and the notifications are going to her PC, which is her Mac, which is right next to me. Because I'm like, I'm
So-
hearing this notification sound, but they're not coming up on my computer.
All the dick pics
Why?
from her boyfriend.
Probably from Henry Cavill.
Oh, if they were, you would be off the show in your bedroom.
Yeah,
with
man,
that
I'd be
laptop.
looking at him.
You would have been pulling your pants off as you were walking off screen.
She has a Mac Studio. It's not a MacBook. She's got one of those little oversized
Fancy.
Mac Minis. That's a Mac Studio. Yeah. Well, she's a graphic designer, so we said that she should have a very, very good computer. Costs like $7,000. They're so expensive.
And
Mac Studios is
because
so
you got one with actual memory in it, right?
It's 128 gig of
Yeah,
RAM.
that's why they'll
this
charge you
computer.
like $2,000 for that much memory,
Yeah,
which
just
you
for
could
the
buy
RAM.
at the store for like $200.
Yeah. It was an M1 Ultra, whatever the best M1 was at the time, and 128 gig of RAM. So this thing just munches everything. Okay. So,
Whoa.
Kevin S.
Fuck
oh my
me.
God.
Kevin
I guess
S
that's
just
holy
dropped
crap.
50 Xbox Era gift
50
memberships in the
memberships.
chat.
I'm not going to
Which is
read all
insane.
of those. Hey, Devon Greedy got one. So Devon's
Good old
watching.
Collingwood. Hey,
Devon's
Devon.
watching.
Devon is watching, I
Yeah,
think.
Devon, you can message me through the Patreon or anything, and I'll get you a code. Even though John lost like a loser.
Oh, no, he's
True.
not there, because when I at him, he's not
Oh, well, he
appearing,
won,
I don't know
so
how
it means
that
he
works.
has been here recently.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Thanks, Kevin.
Look at
Back to
that.
the music.
Jeez.
50 memberships.
Dr. Funkenstein. Love that name.
Arch
Dr.
nemesis of
Dinglenut-
Corkenstein.
No, arch nemesis of
Yeah.
Dr. Dinglenut.
Oh, okay.
Right above him.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Bruno
Well,
Lopez.
so-
Is that the... What was the guy that used to actually be on our team doing like the flight sim stuff and then disappeared?
No, that's not that.
I know it's not him, but I can't
It's
remember his
Bruno
name.
Costa.
Hey,
Costa.
PlayStation 5 Sweden got one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PlayStation 5
Hey,
Sweden
Top.
turned up last week.
Top got one.
Top?
Yeah, I know. Top.
Haven't seen Top in ages.
Mm.
Wow.
I saw Cage and thought I was going to say Kage Maru and was very surprised.
Didact Brr and Infinite Umbra didn't get one, though.
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
And we have a lot of followers, so it could potentially choose from, I think it's by region and you have to say, I will accept a code.
Yeah, I know.
But,
I know. I finally got one
Yeah.
to the
That's
wrong
so
account.
cool.
But it's
Thank you,
upwards of
Kev.
30,000 people that it could go to, so we're very
Generous fellow.
lucky. Mhm.
So are we going to the form first, Jesse?
Yeah, Formsy is ready to go.
Legless Ninja.
Yeah, we get the
is
same.
the first.
We get the same thing every now for some reason.
No. I figured out why.
Oh, why?
Because you were going to individual, I was going to, I think, summary or question.
Okay. Yeah, I always
So
do
now that
individual
I've
because I
gone
got
to
to show.
individual,
Yeah, got to show all three at
Yeah.
once. And I
now
forgot
that
to
I've gone to
unpublish this.
individual, I now see it right.
There, I just unpublished it, so we won't get any extra. Legless Ninja.
Okay. So, first question, Legless Ninja. Can you name a game and movie you expected to not like very much but wound up loving? Mine would be Viva Pinata and Pirates of the Caribbean. Neither had any right to be as good as they are. Love you guys. Well, Viva Pinata was a TV show. Oh, no, he said a game. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, he said
one
a
of
game.
each,
Yes,
yeah.
Viva Pinata.
Yeah, I think Viva Pinata hit with a lot of people who wouldn't normally be into like a farming pet animal
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good
rearing game.
Viva Pinata is a good choice because I adored Viva Pinata too, and I was expecting nothing from a gardening game. And a movie that I wasn't expecting to love. Jeez, that I wasn't, because there's plenty of movies that I expected to love and didn't.
It's a really good question, but I have to really think about it.
Oh, I've got one. I've got one. It's another movie I've watched, and we could potentially talk about it on the show. Death of a Unicorn. I was expecting. I thought that was probably going to be a really dumb movie. My wife and I only watched it because it was short. And I ended up absolutely loving it. I don't know. Have you seen Death of a Unicorn?
I have not. It's been on the list.
You have to watch it.
I like her as an actress. The name I can't remember at the moment.
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega. And one movie I was surprised I liked as
Paul
much
Rudd.
as I did because I wasn't a huge fan of the original was Beetlejuice. Like
I wasn't a big fan of that.
I thought, but it's like this, like Beetlejuice, I think is actually super mediocre. And then Beetlejuice was entertaining and fun to watch. Like I enjoyed watching it with the wife.
Please watch Death of a Unicorn. It is so, like it's the sort of movie they used to make in the 80s and 90s and would never get made now. So it was so good to see a movie. Just
a lot of movies like that are
made.
Netflix ones because Netflix will just give anyone money to do anything they want, which has happened a lot in the 80s. But
anyone in the chat, please watch Death of a Unicorn. It's actually great.
We just started Shrinking because we're actually going through and using Apple TV
Shrinking,
now.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's been great.
Fantastic.
Pretty much Apple TV is the best streaming service by far.
Yes, it is. What's his name? Harrison Ford just won and...
They were all nominated, yeah. All of the major actors were nominated pretty much.
I thought he won.
No, they just announced nominations. It's his first time ever being nominated for an Emmy because obviously he's always been a movie guy before.
And he's great in it.
Mm-hmm.
He plays grumpy old man so well in it. Like, I know that's not surprising for Harrison Ford, but Shrinking is incredible. It's one of the best shows on Apple TV. I think I've mentioned it before. Whenever we have our little Apple TV tangents, I always mention Shrinking. Fantastic show.
Good.
But yeah, watch Death of a Unicorn. I reckon you guys will like it. I reckon you two will like it. It's really, really good.
John's got pretty bad taste, so you never know.
Nah, I reckon he'll like Death of a Unicorn. Like, again, look at the name, yeah? Death of a Unicorn. And if you watch the trailer doesn't hide anything. Unicorns are in it. And it's a horror movie. So go in understanding that it is as advertised on the box. Don't go in thinking, that's the title is a metaphor for a story that relates to politics of the world. But no. A unicorn dies in it.
I also got to
And
think
then
of
the
a game.
unicorns take revenge.
As far as a game goes,
It's a silly movie and it's great.
RoboCop Rogue City was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, RoboCop is great.
Like, it is a 7,
really good.
but it is trying to be a 7, and it absolutely nails that.
Yeah, it's a very good, fantastic 7.
I think I called
RoboCop.
it the best 7 I've ever played. Similar to the overall arc of their Terminator game. I forget what the full name of it was Resistance or something, which was more of a survival game, obviously, because you're a person and you're not a Terminator. But it was terrible at launch and ran horribly and had a ton of problems. It was a little better than the Rambo game they did. That was really bad. But they've gone back and they've supported the Terminator game enough where I think it's legitimately good now. So,
Hey, here's a choice for game we weren't expecting to love that we loved. Crackdown.
yeah,
Everyone
the
just
original-
wanted it for the Halo 3 beta.
Mhm.
And everyone was like,
this is
whatever
fun.
this shit game is. And Crackdown was incredible. Like, it was so good.
For someone who
It was
doesn't care
like-
about story at all, it's as good as it gets for you. It's all gameplay.
Oh, man. It's probably why I loved it. You
I
know,
would
and they
probably
use
say-
the... What?
Movie-wise, Heads of State for me recently.
That was pretty weak. I did watch it. It was
I thought it was really
it was
great.
so
fun.
predictable.
Yeah, it
Heads
was
of
dumb.
State.
It was really dumb fun.
See,
Yeah.
you'll like Death of a Unicorn then.
Yeah, I've got it.
If
I've
you're
got
willing to accept it for what it is and just switch off, Death of a Unicorn's very good. I started watching that Old Guard 2
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
supposed to
so
be terrible.
bad.
Yeah,
So
it's not
bad.
great, is it? I liked
I
the
didn't
first
mind-
one for
I
what it
liked the
was.
first one,
Yeah.
yeah.
The first one had its charm. I didn't mind it. And so I started watching the second one on the plane to Queensland, and I'm like, this ain't doing it for me. I just have no interest in
A
this.
cliffhanger? What?
I didn't watch it all the way to the end.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch it all the way to the end.
Christ, the recent Jason State, A Working Man. That was
Yeah.
fun. It's not great.
Haven't seen it. Haven't
It's,
seen it
if
yet.
he's not the beekeeper, he's got a type now. He's just a regular old Joe who happens to be some incredible
Yeah.
Marine Army man who
Like
gets
an ex-marine
Yeah.
super soldier. Yeah.
RAF. It's always like Royal Air Force.
Yeah. I watched Jurassic World Rebirth.
Mm.
Have you seen it?
No, I've not been into the recent Jurassic World
bad.
stuff.
It's not bad. I didn't mind it. Saw it with the kids. We took the kids along to watch it because I took them through all 6
They put
Jurassic
a
Park movies.
I saw that they put a Doom character in it as a Tyrannosaurus crossbreed. He looks exactly like the Hell Knight from Doom.
Yeah, he does. He looks like the Doom 3. Yeah, it's this man-made hybrid that's like part. I think it's called the D-Rex, and it's
Dominus.
like this weird thing with like 6 legs / feet / hands. And it's got a big dome head, like what's that dinosaur with the dome head? I think it's like part T-Rex, part that dome dinosaur, part whatever. And they also made these man-made raptors, which are raptors crossbred with pterodactyls, I think.
Raptordactyls.
So they're raptors that can fly.
That was one question, by the way. We've got another 10.
Yeah. That's all right. We've only been going for 2 hours, like shortest
I know.
show ever.
Well, it was
Okay.
a very... This is the doldrums of game news. It really picks up in August. Late August.
Yeah. Okay.
Next question.
Next question is from... this is obviously a new patron. Shidfyfu. Shidfyfu.
Yeah,
know how
thanks
else to
to
pronounce that name.
Kevin S, who gifted, what was it, 52
50.
52-month $6 Patreon memberships. We have a lot of new patrons.
Amazing. So good. Now that Xbox is committing to OEM hardware distribution, is this the death of console value, as in hardware price entry into gaming and console hardware innovation? PS3 Cell was literally the future. Hello, APUs. Or does Nintendo's foray into ARM architecture pave the way for x86 on mobile, and we eventually just buy controllers for the Xbox / Nintendo / PlayStation platforms on our Android / Apple phones? What if it's a bit of all of that?
I mean, the console innovation's been dead for a while.
I think we're definitely going to see the end of... I think that's now the end of cheap consoles. Like,
Yeah, did you see
know,
the leak? So it's funny, Moore's Law is Dead was saying, wow, this Zen 6 Magnus looks incredible. This semi-custom APU could be the next PlayStation. And then Kepler responded, that is probably the next-gen Xbox. The code names that AMD uses for PlayStation socks are from Shakespearean characters. And the SoC for that is fucking crazy. And is going to be very expensive. It's ridiculously good sounding. If that is the baseline for next gen, then what Sarah Bond said for biggest technological leap in a console, it's because they're going to go from being like thoroughly mid-range, a generation old on their SoCs to being
The Series X wasn't that old when it came out.
No, the actual hardware performance, because also you got to take in mind, what is their TDP? What are they trying to pull from the wall? They're trying to pull about 200 for Xbox and about 300 for PlayStation, but they both use about the same because PlayStation's wastes a lot of energy. They're pulling under a third of what the current thing is now. Like, they're just pulling way less power, and they have a lot less cooling. So their actual performance was more like, I think it was 2070 Super. We're in the 50 series. So like they were mid-range 2070 Super. The PS5 Pro's generation newer on the GPU side, same on the CPU. But this SoC would be a lot more competitive with current stuff.
Bring it
from
on.
AMD. Like,
Interesting times.
it's really really good if they do that as the baseline, but the price is going to be pretty high.
I was about to say, I think that's the end of, you know how the tradition has always been the target price is $399. They want to sell for $399. Those days are dead. Like when I leaked the Switch 2 price of $449, $499, everyone's response was, Nintendo's not going to have a $499 console. They've still sold out of Switch 2s. I reckon Nintendo regrets not selling it for $599 because they sold out at $499.
They could have as well, when people would.
Yeah, they could have. So, and the PlayStation 5 Pro is $700 US or whatever it is, and
Hell,
that's
the
selling okay.
Xbox Series X Galaxy Edition is
Yeah.
more than that because it's
So
got
I
a 2
think-
terabyte hard drive. It's nuts.
So the old days of the PlayStation 3 being $599 and that was outrageous. I think $599 will now be entry point for one of them.
Yeah, I remember
the way you've got to look at it is the innovation is no longer going to be at the hardware level. The hardware is just the avenue to play games,
and it's
really,
how much do you want to push the hardware, because like they're all working off the same overall architecture.
The innovation is going to come from ecosystem and services. That's where the innovation lies in the future of console gaming.
I think some of the basic numbers for what the next gen Xbox could be, like I think the current one is like 42 or 48 compute units, like the actual things that do all the work, where the next one is like 70 to 80 or more. The memory might be like, instead of 16 gigabytes of system memory, it could be like in the 30s. It could be 32, 36. The actual bandwidth
32.
of the bandwidth of the memory, which is one of the biggest things, is way higher supposedly, and it's on AMD's new chiplet design. So you're able to get more out of the same type of monolithic die set that Xbox normally goes for. So if it ends up being that, it's going to be amazing. Like, it's going to be an actual really good performant PC, which is why I think they would go the OEM route, because otherwise they would really piss off their OEM partners on Windows.
But how would that work with the handheld then?
It wouldn't be the handheld SoC.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, you can't run that SoC in a handheld. It would last for like 3 minutes on a battery.
That would probably mean that the handheld is gone then.
No. I mean, this is like
The one made by Xbox.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, it depends. Like, they don't... If they're making the SoC that goes into it, that's all they need to make anyways. They don't need to do everything else, as long as they're partnering with... You know, like, the Asus form factor on the new Xbox Ally. If you just get that, but with the Xbox SoC that gives you full back compat, people would be thrilled. It would be hopefully Series S, Xbox One, 360 Xbox back compatible. Obviously, it wouldn't be One X or Series X. There's no point pushing that in a handheld. So
No.
but it would still have every game outside of Kinect stuff, and as long as it's hardware back compat, it should have everything that's currently available on like a Series console. Because you don't have to rework licensing.
It could do more when it's docked and it's drawing from the wall.
Yeah, I mean, there's like even the Asus ones, the original Ally had their proprietary link for adding an eGPU. The new one just uses Thunderbolt. Like, when they are Windows machines, if you're playing the Windows version of something, you can tell it to run better. And if it's it's going to be very interesting. If they go this route with the under-the-box SoC, it's going to be ridiculously performant compared to anything they've ever done before. Relative to
It's going to be very
top
expensive.
hardware at the other side. But yeah, it would be very expensive.
Like if the PlayStation 5 Pro was 1,200 Australian when it came out, that's where this thing will start. At probably
least.
$1,000 plus. Yeah.
Yeah, at the very least, it would be 700 US.
But there
Probably
is
more.
one, I don't want to say positive, but there is sort of a silver lining to expensive consoles, and that is longer generations.
No, well, not even a generation really for them anymore. It just ends up becoming like the Android or iOS thing, where you stop supporting old hardware at some point, but you're not. This only works on the newest system. Like, you don't need that. Especially when something's this strong, this should play games for 15, 20 years outside of the brand new AAA stuff. Like
Let's not get too excited.
Well, no, at this level, though, Nick, it's like when you buy upper tier PC hardware, like people were playing brand new AAA games on their 1080 Ti until a few years ago.
I was about to say 3080s are still very good GPUs.
Yeah, like they last a lot long because the Xbox One generation was a really shitty CPU and a mediocre GPU. The fact that the Xbox One and PS4 are still getting things is mostly just because there's so many of them. But like the series and the PS5 will play most games just fine for a very long time. Outside of the toppity tippity top, which you need new GPUs for a lot of that stuff now anyways. You can't play Indiana Jones or Doom without hardware ray tracing, and I think that's going to become more and more common when hardware ray tracing actually finally sells itself on the original promise of making games easier to develop, because you don't have to work on all that baked-in lighting.
Okay. Next question.
Always a good one.
Yeah. Monkeys versus Tramps. Hi,
Oh,
guys.
I always like
that was
these.
the one other thing. The fact that these specs are leaking means there is a shot it comes out next year. That it's already this far ahead. That was the other thing I heard. Next year for potential hardware. No guarantee. That's all.
Rumor mill.
It's just more the when something's this far ahead, there's a chance that that time frame could be true. 26, probably not 28, but 26, 27.
Okay, Monkeys versus Tramps. Hi, guys. Picture the scene. You're all enjoying an IMAX experience of Two Girls, One Cup on the big screen. When suddenly a loud explosion is heard outside the cinema. It's Master Chief and Kratos. They're fighting each other. Who wins?
Kratos, when he's a god.
Kratos.
Yeah, like canonically, Kratos is insanely. It's like Goku versus
A god.
Superman.
Yeah, he's
Later,
a god.
Goku would rip Superman in half. Like it's just a power
I mean,
creep.
Chief got whipped by just, a brute at the beginning of Halo Infinite. He's gonna get
Atriox
absolutely
has been-
destroyed.
Atriox has
Like
been
Kratos.
heavily augmented as well.
Whatevs, man.
Bruv.
Yeah, it'd be-
But
it'd
on
be
a more
Kratos.
important note, have either of you seen that particular movie
No.
that we're watching in this question?
Two Girls, One Cup.
No.
I may have once and dry reached a lot and almost threw up.
Okay, just checking.
It was just
I
it
almost threw up watching it.
was just pudding.
I would challenge our dear listeners that One Man, One Jar was worse.
Never heard of it.
I have not seen that or heard of it. No.
It's not appropriate for the show.
Yeah. We were watching the Aristocrats and then everyone was doing the joke in the more just making it as dirty as they could. What if it was recreating GOTY in the worst ways possible in IMAX?
Oh my god.
Lovely.
Thank you, Monkeys versus Tramps.
Yeah, I always enjoy his questions. They're great.
Next question. Grand Benefactor Ashashin. Hello to John, Nick, and Jesse. I'm very excited to jump into Donkey Kong Bonanza tonight. I've been playing Dark Souls on stream, and I got to say it was easy. Until I got to the Tomb of the Giants. I can't see any fucking thing in there. And most of my weapons are useless because I don't have enough strength or dexterity. Gotta say, this is going to be rough. Never completed a From Software game, so wish me luck. My question to you is, Which video game boss in your gaming career gave you the most stress-inducing time? Tell me I'm not alone in this, guys. Thanks, you guys, for all you do. Oh, God.
I will bring it up on stream. I think I talked about it maybe during headlines, or it might have been last week when Gareth was here. But Laxatia, Lies of P. Laxatia. No commentary. I don't need anybody on the screen. So Lies of P pre-release was still far and away the hardest thing I've ever played. It's not even close. And the hardest boss in it was Laxatia the Complete. She was a big old armored up weird mummy lady who was protecting the end boss. So she was essentially the third to last boss, because then there's one more boss after what you think is the last boss. And she could, even though I was like probably 40 levels above where you needed to be for this part now, she could still like two-shot me most of the time.
Wow.
She had so much health that, because like, look, watching this guy play, it's insane how much less health she has. When I played Lies of P, everyone had roughly 3 times the health bar and did 4 times the damage, I think is how the math worked out. And then they nerfed everyone again a week after, and then they just nerfed everyone again with the DLC by putting like easy modes in. Far and away the hardest thing I've ever done was this game in general, but this boss fight here for sure was fucking insane. And it is 2 phases, of course. So the first time I got her health down, I was very excited, and then it just started phase 2, and it was fucking impossible.
I think mine's got to be the end boss of Ninja Gaiden 2. Because I was already in my old man phase, right? I barely had the reaction skills to do this anymore. And I'd used everything, every health, every elixir, every Nimpo I had nothing left in the tank. And the final cutscene was playing, and he does this with his sword, fling, and this little drop of blood just drops off the end, and reactivates phase 2, and I'm just like, I've got nothing. I can't do this, and it was so stressful. But I did do it eventually, but it was horrible, and I hated it, and I loved it, but I hated it.
I don't remember. I'm pulling up
I'm sure there's been like bosses when I was younger in the past that gave me a lot of problems. I just can't think of them right now. It's funny. I keep playing Streets of Rage 4. I don't know why, but I just love that game, and I keep playing Streets of Rage 4. And I've realized that in Streets of Rage 4, one of the earliest end stage bosses is actually one of the hardest in the entire game for some reason. The Baron guy, the bartender from Streets of Rage 2. He's in Streets of Rage 4, and they've made him... He's like the 2nd stage or 3rd stage boss out of 12 stages, and he's like one of the hardest bosses. He's easily the 2nd hardest outside the last 2. As in the twins. And oh my god, it's crazy how hard they made such an early stage boss. It's actually nuts. But yeah.
Good choice. Good question.
Just found out another one of my Fortnite leaks came to be.
Which
Cyborg. One? I just got tagged on Twitter about Cyborg coming to Fortnite, and I was like, another one of my leaks that I made up.
Fortnite, PlayStation, I believe you. Xbox, I don't. Tell that to your guy. I think he's full of shit.
It's not just my guy.
I think he's made
it was actually
of
someone else.
shit.
It was actually someone else that reached out first, and I then asked my guy, saying, "Hey, did you hear this about Fable 2?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay."
I think he just said to sound like he's in the know.
No. Actually, what he said was far worse, and I'm not going to repeat it. Not in terms of... Okay, no, I won't say anymore, but
wow.
What he said was actually technically worse than what the original person said. So they weren't just saying, "Oh, yeah. I'll say it after the show.
Mm-hmm.
Next
Final
question.
one on the forum.
ItzFinn. Good evening / morning, gentlemen. Apologies in advance for not sending some questions to ask you, gentlemen, but I've been a bit busy lately with IRL stuff, but hope you're doing well. A simple question from me. If you were to pick a character from any game, be it video game related, who would you ask to go and watch a film with? Cheers and have a good day. Who Who would I ask to go watch a film with?
Man.
Doom guy.
Bayonetta.
Because he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't say anything.
There'd be nothing worse than a chatty Cathy, like chatting through the film, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Doom guy's silent. So
That's a
probably
really
Doom
good
guy.
shout.
B9 from Nier Automata. Because she is a sex bot.
Well, yeah. There's that. If you want the arm candy with you to walk in with some arm
I
candy,
want
then
Bayonetta
yes.
because she's a super cool witch.
Bayonetta would be good.
She can use her hair
any
to
of
give
the
us a
Dead or
whole
Alive
chair.
girls.
Like, yeah.
I'd take any of the Dead or Alive girls, Kasumi or whoever, Helena.
I take the
any
Dennis
of them.
Rodman guy from Dead or Alive. He'd probably be fun. He's got a lot of money. Zach.
Yeah, but he would talk a lot and make it all about himself, and then you can't enjoy the movie.
Yeah, but he'll just buy me a bunch of stuff.
I would take the Titan
9B.
from
9B9.
Titanfall 2 BT 7274.
You
Just
sit
fucking
inside
smash our
him.
way
You
into
sit
cinema.
inside him to watch the movie.
Inside him.
Yeah, you sit inside him and he just plays the movie for you.
Yeah, be great.
You don't have to go to
That's
the
what I
movies.
do.
I don't know. I think I'd take one of the Dead or Alive girls
Super chat.
and get them doing stuff while I'm watching the movie.
Jesus Christ.
Nate Dog. Nick, is Obsidian working on Fallout? Let me check my OneNote. Because I'm not sure. I've got so much in here that's old and that I've forgotten about.
It is
Never
funny
look.
that so many people ask Nick about Xbox when, you know,
I'd sit inside of you, BT Maverick.
Let me confirm that what I'm reading in my OneNote now, which I got August last year, so a year ago. Let me see if I can comment on anything that
well, first
I am
you could ask
reading
John
right
and he'll
now.
say no.
Anyway,
Next question.
no idea.
On
No
the
idea,
forum.
Nate Dog, is the actual answer here. No fucking idea.
Officially on the record, I'm not sure. I would need to ask if what I'm reading is okay and still current information. Sending DM now.
And the questions on the forum are...
Oh, did we cover the? Oh, we all said who's Jesse going to go with?
Bayonetta.
Oh, so you did settle on Bayonetta. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. All right. Questions from the forum. Hytham G. Oh, wow. Hytham G. So, after Gears of War E-Days come and gone, here's a good question of Gears 6 is this. So let's say if we do get the Gears 6, do you gents think that the game will have a Wolfenstein 1 and 2 treatment on which character you choose Wyatt and Fergus to sacrifice or live how you choose, either Dell or JD Phoenix, throughout the game, but your gents' take on that game moving forward after Gears E-Day? Huh?
So in Wolfenstein, between 1 and 2 in the reboot, you would either save Wyatt or Fergus, and then they would be a part of that one would be a part of the next game. And it didn't work great because it just meant that neither character could be that big of a part of the next game because they had to do twice the work, which is why I think they'll just make a canon choice if they ever go back to Gear 6.
Yeah, I agree. They won't give you
But who's
two-part
Wyatt
option.
or Fergus?
They were the two characters
just
you
told you.
chose to either you got to save one. You either saved Wyatt or you saved Fergus. Fergus was the
In
old
Gears?
Scottish guy. No, in Wolfenstein.
in
You read the
Wolfenstein.
question.
He's giving you an example. In Wolfenstein 1, you could choose to save one of two characters. And then in Wolfenstein 2, that would be reflected. Whereas with Gears 5, you could choose to either save JD or
Dell.
what's his face? Phoenix's
Dell.
kid.
JD
No,
is
it's just
okay.
the other one.
Dell.
The other dude. Dell, yeah. That's what he's saying.
Right.
He's got a PS in there as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just distracted. Where is it? PS. Pajibas is Pajibas, I'm turning 32 by tomorrow, so for those who wish me a happy birthday, thank you all. Happy birthday, Hytham G.
Absolutely, happy birthday. Many happy returns, sir.
Well done.
32, you young whippersnapper.
See, balloons for your birthday. Hey.
I can do that too. But they go everywhere.
And
Behind us.
fireworks.
I don't have the fireworks on, but there are balloons behind us now on stream.
Ah, okay.
You keep looking
Nate.
all this up, and I'm just going to mute you the moment you start saying
Hey,
it.
Nate Dog. Hold on. Obsidian is...
I haven't clicked mute.
some stuff.
Next question.
Okay, next question. Shit, I keep going to the form. Jesse brother. Happy podcast 272, Travis brother and tangent / nutshell / vape addict John. Don't you deny it, John. Nutshell.
It's true. It's true.
You didn't even allow a game show last week, just so you could indulge yourself in more tangent time before you vaped yourself to bed. It's true. Everyone keeps blaming me for the shows running long when it's always been John.
No, it was our guest, because our guest had so many good things to talk about.
Nah, even in other episodes, man, it's always John. I go back and watch them and do the timestamps.
Except for when it was you and Rand
I
and made
get
it
to
almost
see
5 hours.
I get to see the show in the cold light of day, watching it as an observer, and it really is John that makes the shows go long. It's not
Because
me.
John actually hits all the topics, whereas you want to skip everything because you don't actually care about any of the news.
I go back and watch. John sits there and tells all these stories, and then anecdotes, and then this, and then that, and then tangent. It's not me. I'm telling you, it is not me. It is John. I'm glad your brother at least realized it. Welcome back, Nick, from what my dumb American ass calls vacation. I know most of the world calls it holidays. Oh, I mean, both words are fine. My question this week is for all you guys. Of these three directors, oh my god, I almost said dictators. Of these three directors, who is the worst? Michael Bay, Zack Snyder, or my personal choice, Roland Emmerich? Which pains me to acknowledge given how much I despise Bay and Snyder. But just look at Emmerich's catalogue, it's a fucking endless bucket of diarrhea. Though don't allow my feelings to bully who you decide. Speaking of bullying people, a very happy birthday to the last gent I ignorantly bullied. Hytham G. Roland Emmerich. I know the name. I'm just trying to...
Every
Independence
disaster
Day.
movie. The day after tomorrow.
Independence
No,
Day,
that's
day
Bond.
after tomorrow. The
2012.
98 Godzilla.
White House Down. 10,000 BC.
Yeah, Roland Emmerich for sure.
Oh, wow. Independence Day Resurgence.
Awful,
God.
Awful sequel.
Oh, no, see,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
based on characters he created. He did the screenplay by? I don't think he directed that
Oh,
one.
he
directed
did
the
he did the
original-
Oh, God, he did.
1998 Godzilla.
Yeah, that movie
Yep.
sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does, Nick.
It's terrible.
Nah, I liked it. Oh, no, he was only a writer on that. Oh, wait. No. Hold on.
He sucks.
I wonder the ones he's the director of.
Michael Bay is
I
not
appreciate
great.
Michael Bay because The Rock is awesome.
But he's also really bad about occasionally it seems safety for people who do stunts, and I don't like that.
That's true.
Oh, he directed the original Independence Day.
Yeah.
Which isn't very good either.
Oh, come on. And he directed Universal Soldier.
Which is a guilty pleasure because it's terrible but entertaining.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't realize he did Universal Soldier and Independence Day. Wow. Okay. Interesting then that he did Independence Day Resurgence and that was really bad.
It's
White House Down was dumb fun.
dumb fun is as good as he can get. The others two actually have some good movies.
And Michael Bay, like, I have no issue with Michael Bay because Michael Bay knows what he is and leans into it. So Michael Bay's not trying to be an Oscar-worthy... Like, he knows Bad Boys.
He's very
Transformers.
talented technically. I just don't enjoy
Yes.
the types of things he likes putting out.
Like, I don't think too many of Michael Bay's movies are genuinely terrible movies. They're just not Oscar-worthy movies either. They are mindless, switch off your brain, amazing action, cheesy one-liners and quips and buddy comedy like Bad Boys. I'm fine with Michael Bay. I'm okay with Michael Bay. Zack Snyder is the weird one. It's funny that your brother chose 3 directors that are all... So you've got Roland Emmerich, who's pretty much not great.
Remember, John, it's your tangents that make this so long.
No, it's not a tangent to answer the bloody question. That's not a tangent. Answering the question.
We've already answered it, though.
Michael Bay is at the other end, and luckily John's muted. Michael Bay is at the other end.
You're more breaking down your thoughts on all 3 directors rather than just...
Michael Bay is at the end of knowing what he is and being good at it. And then you've got Snyder, who's like, thinks he's like an Oscar-worthy director, but isn't. And then makes some good stuff, but then makes some terrible stuff. Like 300 was great. And then you've got the Snyder cut of Justice League, which was still bad, but better than
it was good.
Joss Whedon cut. But then you've got that new thing he did, Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon's horrible.
Is it called Rebel Moon?
Yeah.
Which is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But then Batman vs Superman was okay.
The theatrical was bad, and then his actual cut that filled in all the backstory that was missing in the theatrical cut was pretty good.
Yeah.
But then like Sucker Punch wasn't very good.
I didn't mind it.
It was
I didn't
okay.
mind
Like
it.
he's
Yeah,
gone
it
up
was
and down.
okay.
I actually think Watchmen was very good.
Watchmen was fantastic.
Yeah, like I
that's what I
really like
mean. Like
Watchmen.
he's sort of
Yeah.
all over the place. Like
Mhm.
that's why Snyder's somewhere in the middle. He's literally all over the place.
Yeah, he can be great.
It's funny,
he can be
Batman was-
terrible. Bay is okay to terrible. Emmerich's
Bay is
really mediocre to
consistent.
terrible.
Bay is consistent in what he does. That's the best way to say it. It's just all mindless, dumb fun with amazing action scenes and CG and stuff, and he's very consistent with that.
Save Martha!
Why did you say that name? I was watching Batman vs Superman the other day. It was on a superheroes channel.
Why did you say that name?
And then she's like, "It's his mother! It's his mother!"
Why did you say that name?
Okay, next question.
Hopefully that doesn't piss that guy off, because I did a British accent in a review. I don't know why. And the guy's like, stop using the voice change. I'm like, I didn't. It was just my voice.
Okay. Next question is from Direct3. Howdy, beautiful gents. To celebrate Donkey Kong Bonanza's release this week, my question is about what game focusing on a Microsoft IP's side character would you guys want to see? Something like a Halo game with the Arbiter, for example. There are so many possibilities, and it makes me sad with how long development takes and how risk averse these companies are that we will never see them. My pick would be a Ninja Theory Diablo action game focused on Tyrell, post Diablo 3. P.S. Happy birthday, Hytham G. Please never stop submitting questions so that I have the biggest laugh every time Nick reads them. A side character.
A Cortana visual novel dating game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Of Cortana, a Halo 4 Cortana hentai game.
Couldn't sell that on Steam anymore.
No, but you can sell it on Switch.
Man, I don't even know a side character game.
I want to be a General Rom farming simulator.
I'm just
I gotta think. Yeah, I gotta think of one.
Because Xbox doesn't have that many like super memorable characters.
Xbox has a ridiculous amount of characters now. You can add all of Bethesda. You can add
but
all
like
of Activision.
side characters though. Like Mario's side characters are all strong enough to have their own games. Like there's a Yoshi game and
Nintendo brute forces the side characters being strong enough. They just make good games and then throw the side characters in. It's like people don't give it. People didn't care about the characters before.
Yeah, I was thinking Carmine as well, but what would Carmine's game be?
Well, you'd have to be like...
I've got it. Sony wouldn't allow it. PlayStation would not allow it. But if you brought back Pain, do you remember that PS3, PSN game Pain, where you just put your character in a slingshot and fire him into a city, and it's ragdoll physics, and the whole point is to cause as much damage as possible? You have a Carmine game or a Carmine DLC for Pain, and you just sling Carmine into a locust
I was gonna say
try cause as much
Carmine
It's a Carmine
survival
game.
horror, where it's the most brutal deaths every time you fail.
Now, Carmine game is he has got to reapply for his health insurance, and it's like a challenge.
Stanley Parable.
Yeah, like he just can't seem to get an insurance company to be willing to cover.
Oh, so
him.
he's in America.
Yeah.
Man. StarCraft Ghost starring third-person shooter.
There you
You
go.
really have a lot. There's some very good questions where you have to really think. But yeah, a Gravemind Flood State of Decay style thing where you got to keep getting all the Gravemind hearts down as a ODST or Halo Marine. That could be fun.
Okay. Next question. 99 Rukin. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. My question. Why skins upset people? Yeah, I'm with you, 99 Rukin. I mean, people seem to complain about it all the time for games they probably don't play. It could be the first Descendant with the outfits you can get for certain characters, or Call of Duty, where I can play Stan from American Dad, or a cool-looking skin for Ghost people seem to be bitch about it. This is my opinion, by the way. I say it shouldn't matter if I want to play with an overly sexual skin or goofy skin for characters where the game is rated M for mature audience only, not for kids. What are your thoughts on this? I would love to hear it. I'm 100% with you. Every time people go absolutely nutso over a skin, I'm like, it's just a skin. What's the big deal?
There's the old school mentality that for people who really like those franchises and are in the hardcore bubble of it, that it like cheapens and harms their feelings. It's the right reason why Halo Infinite could never have any cool crossovers, because they just knew people were going to absolutely lose their shit. And we're like, well, unless... I remember when we were doing you had me at Halo, and Mike would be like, well, unless I can hide them, I hate it. And I'm just like, well, if you can hide them, then people are going to want to buy them because they buy them so you see them. Like, that's just the way it is.
Like,
Yeah.
do people not realize that crossover skins have been a thing in games for like probably 15, 20 years?
No.
Or more? Like, it's
I
not
think-
a new thing. Like, what's the big deal if you can play as American Dad in Call of Duty? Like, do you know why Call of Duty is leaning so heavily into these crossovers now? Because they see Fortnite making bloody billions on them. And they're like,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yep,
all
that's
it
the
is.
thing. Like, it makes no difference, but if it helps keep a game alive and the next one gets made or the next update comes out, who gives a fuck? You're not paying for it. But I also think that there are in the hardcore bubble, there are people that think no one wants games as a service games and live service games anymore. And yeah, our bubble doesn't. But
Like, and they might not want new ones as much, like
the
new
biggest games in the
slowdown.
world are all this. You know?
Over half of Sony's revenue was from microtransactions and DLC, right? Like, that is what's pushing the industry.
Why do you think, like, this is what people don't understand. Why do you think Sony fought so hard for Call of Duty to not be exclusive during that court case? Why do you think that was? Like, that is where all of Sony's money is. Call of Duty, Fortnite, Rocket League, all those microtransactions and battle passes.
And now Roblox.
That's where Sony makes all their money. It's not from their first party games. It
We
never
did
has been.
we did a news story where Roblox is hoping to become 10% of all video game money earned. Eventually.
Yeah.
Because
And they're opening
son
up their
just bought-
platform to IP holders to license their products.
Sega's
so
right in there.
People can make stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Sega is all in on Roblox.
I
You
don't
know,
know
you
about
can
Sega,
get a
but
job.
Sega is.
You know, IKEA has like a retail store in Roblox that you can get a job and work at
It's mad.
in Roblox. My daughter was like, "Oh, maybe that'll be my first job." I'm like, "If you reckon you can work at IKEA in Roblox, go for it." But the Roblox is like it's kind of like Fortnite. It's the everything game. Like, my kids play so many different games in Roblox, and again, that Call of Duty clone, Tom Henderson was streaming it once. There's a COD 4, OG COD 4 clone in Fortnite, in Roblox. It's legit good. It's actually, if you just want to play old school Call of Duty online with none of the bullshit that you get now, just raw, like
Raw dogging it.
minimal hardcore Call of Duty 4 online. It's in Roblox right now. And it's so good. Like, it's really good. Oh, God. So funny. But yes, I don't get why people get it. It's sort of like, remember when the cat ears came out in Halo and fucking Halo fans lost their shit because there was cat ears. But then half of us went and bought them. I know I did.
Oh, wow.
Halo should have done it more. Halo, but 343, hello, should have been smarter and said, okay, well, we can't, because our
I'm playing the footage from that. I can't believe it's Roblox.
Where? What?
I'm playing Jack Fragg's playing it.
Oh, yeah, look at it. Have a look at it. It's unbelievable. That's Roblox. It's just COD 4.
Off. That's mad.
I've played it. I installed it on my Mac and played it. It's legit. I couldn't believe how good it was. Look at it.
Roblox has been very heavily built on IP theft, allegedly, supposedly, by the fact that it's been the Wild West for a while, and now it is becoming so big they can't do that anymore, so they are trying to go the more legitimate route in actually letting IP companies in, and it's just going to make an insane amount of money.
Oh, it's bonkers.
Also, got a super chat on this very issue.
Yeah, Sherez. Crimson Desert would not have existed without BDO. What's that?
Black Desert Online.
Oh, right. For example, microtransactions in games has its place. Don't like it? Don't buy it. Play single-player indies instead. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I've always said about microtransactions. Just don't buy them.
Yep.
We don't make fun of them for existing. We make fun of them for you for buying all of them and barely ever using anything except for Chun-Li.
Yeah. To be fair, I have now added Adidas Sumbas to Chun-Li's feet, which are the runners I own in real life. So Chun-Li is in that hot spandex outfit and wears Adidas Sumbas. And does lots of sexy dances where I get to watch her shaking her ass. It's very good. But yes, I've got no problem with skins in games. I've never had. And of course, as you all know, I've got like 200 skins in Fortnite. Last question. Good old Collingwood. Hello, John, Nick, and Jesse. Questions for Nick. Woo, my favourite. As he wasn't here last week. 1. Is Donkey Kong Bonanza getting the appropriate scores for its quality, or is it getting adjustments because it's a Nintendo game? A little bit of both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, the Nintendo bump isn't that they make bad games good. It's that their good games go a little higher than most others.
They get boosted a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that's truly justified is Super Mario Odyssey.
Me.
With Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think it's sitting at a 90, I want to say.
91 on OpenCritic, I think.
On Metacritic, I think it's a 90, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, based purely on what the very small amount I've played so far, because I've been playing way too much Mario Kart.
Mario Kart only has an 86.
Yeah, I know. Bonanza's, I wouldn't have it at a 90, 91 myself. Again, but I have not. It could, the game, if the game is more of what I'm doing right now, which is just a lot of punching rocks, then 90 is a little bit too high. If it's just more rock punching. But if it opens up a bit more to be a little more adventure-y,
I think there's some fun boss fights that people have really liked.
I've only had the one very minor boss fight.
Yeah, I think people like the boss fights, I remember.
I do feel like someone at Nintendo got carried away with their voxel tech. Was like, oh, look, we can just punch everything. And then they were like, cool, let's make the whole game that. And it's like, okay, it gets a lot after a while, and I'm not very far into the game. So there might be some slight boost on Donkey Kong Bonanza. Number 2, Drag X Drive looks like a Rocket League type game. Will you pick that up? I don't think so, because you've got to play the whole game in like mouse mode and like you're wheeling a wheelchair. I don't know if I could, I don't have anywhere for that to work. I know you can do it on your legs, but I don't know. I might try the demo of that game to see if it clicks with me. And if it does, great. If not, then I probably won't bother with it.
Thank you, Mr.
yeah.
Hipshot, for the Twitch Prime resub. That was very loud.
But yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's all the questions.
That's the end of the show.
Indeed. A relatively brisk one.
Yeah.
But considering literally the last 50 minutes have been community questions, perhaps not.
Sub
as always,
3 hours.
Yeah,
3 hours.
that's always-
That's full
It's
on.
the time of year where it really slows down quite a bit.
Although you guys didn't let me answer Nate Dogg's super chat properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, big thank you to everyone for hanging out and watching and chatting and all of that jazz. Look forward to a shit ton of content next week from us across a myriad of games. Big thank you to everybody that makes it possible, obviously. We'll be back on Tuesday with headlines, Thursday as well. Tuesdays might be a little bit later because I've got to go do some dad stuff and be at my son's leavers assembly as he's moving on to secondary school and he wants me there, so I'm going to be there. And he's already a teenager. It's horrific. But until then, people, just play video games and have fun and chill out and enjoy life. You know, it's not that bad. Buy that skin if you want it. All right, ignore the haters.
Buy
It's
that
gonna be okay.
game, that console wars game you've all been eyeing in the background for me.
Yeah,
And time
in
for
fact,
John.
let's
Like
close on
the
that.
stream. Hey,
We'll
there it is.
see you next time.
Bye.
Ciao for now.
Oh shit, oh fuck, I'm hit. I can't remember anything, can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream, this terrible silence stops me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain. Now hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me. Back in the womb, it's much too real. It comes life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, fed through the tube that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. See Metallica live, get tickets as low as 50 dudes. You might also like House of Memories, Panic at the Disco, Cherche Toi, Kini Arcana, Ballad of a Homeschool Girl, Olivia Rodrigo. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me. Now the world is gone, I'm just one. Oh God, help me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, help me. Darkness imprisoning me, all that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die, trapped in myself, body my holding self. Landmine is taking my sight, taking my speech, taking my hearing, taking my arms, taking my legs, taking my soul, left me with life in hell.